All right, sweet. It's working, and that is the main thing we want. Beautiful. All right, so uh, what we'll do is, do you remember, Danny, what you were told you needed to do, or do you want me to recap it for you?
Um, all I recall is that there is some sort of train and
Yep.
it doesn't have anyone controlling it at the moment.
Correct. Yeah, it's supposed to have an operator,
Hmm.
but currently that seems to be not the case, and so it's just on. It's running amok essentially. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and you've been tasked with essentially Nathar's come and find you, and he's like, I need you to like take control of this shit. Like it's gone awry. So
Yeah.
you started in Grimrot Village, which is the village you're from, and
Hmm.
the other four adventurers went off to the cabin. When they went off to the cabin to do their own thing, this is when Nathar tasked you with if you would like to help with the issue of the train, because the train is currently, yeah, like you said, it is not being operated by anyone. It's running amok. It's because it's ethereal. It's a ghost train. It's still going through the stations and through buildings and stuff like that, but it's still being left unchecked. It also does serve a secondary purpose, and the secondary purpose is actually when it wasn't the crooked moon that's currently happening, when all that wasn't what's transpiring. It was a bridge or a ferry to the afterlife, so it was using stations to pick up souls and transport them to the afterlife. And because that's not happening, there is just a plethora of walking spirits and everything like that that are just everywhere within the forest that you're from. And because of this, there's things like the spirits you've come across, they start going animalistic. You've also seen some of the creatures you've fought along the way were creatures that have died, but instead of passing on, they've decided to linger within the forest and become just horrific abominations that will attack on sight because they're restless. They have nowhere to go, and because they have nowhere to go, this is essentially what they've decided to do. They're trapped within this forest because of Quinrala, and they have literally nowhere to go. And so the secondary purpose is essentially Nathar's gone, I need you to take control of this. This is something that, even if the party was to defeat Quinrala, we're not sure that it will fix the issue with the train, because it's a separate entity that just happened to get warped and mixed amongst what's happening here. So with that, he's given you the task, and he's given you
Hmm.
the last because it's on a trajectory of who knows, legitimately who knows. He's gone, I need you to step in. I have the basic coordinates of where it's going, and we're going to catch it where we can. It doesn't refuel or anything like that, but it still stops at stations where it thinks influxes of souls will come. So his trajectory's gone, I know where the next stop is. If you were to head there now, which is next to a cemetery, it should stop there, and you should be able to get on board. It doesn't actually let anyone on board. So what you'll find is when you actually get there, you'll see that the train stops. It looks corporeal. For all manner and intensive
Hmm.
purposes, it's a full body train with a ghostly imagery around it. So it also has that like kind of, when it pulls up, it has a mist rolling in front of it, so you can't see the front hooded of the train. You also can't see like the cabin's quarters or the conductor's quarters or anything like that, but you can see the step up entrance and everything like that. But once the train starts moving, it just barrels through physical objects like they're nothing. Nathar gives you the task, and then he immediately goes, his next objective was to go back to Anvil and to help figure out the other issues that the other four are dealing with. He gives you a helpful piece of advice in that he's also managed to secure the aid of someone who he needed along the way to help the other party if shit goes awry with Quinrala. But he's procuring a boat. He's procuring a boat, and he needs someone to captain this boat. While he gets the boat ready and the crew to go onto the boat, the captain of the boat has agreed to also help alongside you to fix the train. Because once again, without this train running and working, we literally have no... Within the Fae, no way of actually transporting the dead where they need to go. Nathar says to Ludwig, once you arrive at the cemetery, you should be able to meet the captain who I've hired. Once he's there, I tasked the both of you with this grave task of essentially like this. This is not easy because he has no idea why it's happening, who's running the train, if anyone's running the train, what's happened to cause it, because for all intents and purposes, it was fine before. Something has managed to get inside the train and warp it and essentially possess it to the point where it's got its own free will. That's what he's worried about, that the train has changed to the point where it's a living being and that it's running by itself. He prays it's not that, because if it's something tangible inside, you're able to stop it. But if it's not, then the train will basically be forfeit. So that's your task, essentially. Awesome. You do your walkies with Nathar. He walks you majority of the way to the cemetery. And at the front of the gates, you see that Nathar basically gives you the goodbye. He bursts out his celestial wings and flies off with all due haste to Anvil to complete his research for Fleur and the other group. As you walk up to the gates and you see that kind of deep green mist around you, that that the cold air doesn't really affect you, being full skeleton, because you're full like skeleton still. You don't put the disguise self on when you're in the thing. You walk up, your Fabio luscious hair in the wind, walking around with your violin, and you walk up to the gate and you see hopefully the comrade in arms to help you along the way. The front gates are unlocked. You can see they're shut, but they are unlocked, ready to go in, and it's dead quiet. The train, you can see, was correct. Nathar was right. It stopped there. It is running, as you can hear the engine still blasting, and you can hear the steam coming out of the top of it. And you can see through the gates and the actual fence outlining it as well, that perfectly corporeal. It looks like a pretty standard train, a bit run down. A lot of the actual carriages on the side made of brass and iron and everything like that. But they do seem to be shaped like bones of a rib cage on the side. You can tell it's not actual bone by the color and density of it. Like, you've seen iron enough to realize the difference between the two. But both of you see it and you're like, it's basically an aesthetic choice, or something has decided to make the ship look like it's a large elongated body, almost like a snake that's being cut into midsections. But Ludwig, you walk up, Nathar's flown off, and your comrade is sitting or standing at the gate with instructions to wait for you.
Does it look like there's like a path of destruction that this train's like smashed through things, or was it like ethereal and passed through it like a ghost?
Like a ghost, correct, yeah. So it leaves, it literally leaves like no path of destruction. So everything it goes through, it just like, if you were to stand in front of it, it'll just go barreling through you. It'd be a horrible experience, because it's the same thing when spirits pass through you. You get that hit of nausea, but it effectively leaves no damage behind it whatsoever.
Yep.
Alright, I'll walk up and spit. Good evening, good sir. Are you here to assist?
You must be. Let me swap screens. Ludwig.
Yes.
Yes, Nathar said that he was sending somebody else along. I'm here to assist.
Yeah, that is good. Ludwig's going to like fluff out his hair and be like, extend a very bony hand.
Pretty hand.
Ludwig,
I have probably seen something like that in my travels. I will also extend my hand and cake.
And how do I address you?
And Mordecai.
Nice to meet you. I appreciate the assistance. Shall we try and board?
Can, do you have any other further info or anything that may be of use? Not originally from this plane.
Not too much. Just it's not behaving as it should, and we need to try and work out why.
What's the lighting like around here? Like, is it
So within
lit up? Is it
yes,
dark?
so within the Crooked Moon, which is the forest essentially you're in now, there's an ever-present chuckling, laughing moon above you. A crescent one with gnashing teeth and blood dripping out of it that is always laughing, and it is consistently got a deep shine of moonlight on the ground, so you can see perfectly fine in front of you. There's no need for like dark vision or anything like that. But the general area, there's no lanterns or anything like that lit except for the side of the train itself. So being a cemetery, there's not usually some of the crypts and stuff will have braziers and everything on the side, but none of them are lit. It's just the moonlight shining down, and that you can see along the carriages, you can see that there's braziers and torchlight on the outside of it.
Okay. Can I do a perception check to see if there's any other movement or tracks or anything like that?
Go for it.
That is not good. 12.
I was like, please make it a nat 20. Let's just do it. Start strong.
Well, it's like one little rotation away, but that was what I did last week.
Yeah, it was good, yeah. But with a 12, essentially, you see the train in front of you is definitely running. You can hear the engine rumbling. You can see that there are some shutters that are closed with curtains, but you can see there are shadows passing over the over the actual drapes of the curtains. So there are people wandering inside of the carriage itself, but you can't see inside of them to see who they are.
Okay, and like nothing around like this, and no movement around the cemetery, like graveyard area.
So
we're our right.
You can see one specific thing because you are directly next to it, and even except for a nat 1 wouldn't be able to see it. That being a cemetery, graves should have bodies. All the bodies are not there, and they look to have been dug up recently because the actual earth has been disturbed, and you can see it's also been dug up in a very haphazardly quick way. Like the person doing it has no time does not fuck around, and it's just like, whatever's in here, I need it. And so they're not clean dig ups or anything like that. It's just basically large holes of like different sizes and mashes. But you can see that pretty much every tombstone that has a head has had its corresponding grave or like body dug up as well. And you can see all the way down to some of them as the actual what do you call them, God damn it. Caskets are opened, and the actual body is either still there in a skeleton form or completely removed and it's empty. So out of all of them, there's 6 of them. 2 of them have their corpses still in there, which at this point they're decomposed skeletons. But 4 of them actually are completely void. And then to the left, it's just a dried up fountain that no longer serves of use. Because once again, this used to be a running station, and it used to be effectively that the train would stop here, let you get off, grieve against your lost ones. But because the forest has become inherited by darkness, it's no longer used, and it's just become lost to the elements.
Yep.
Okay.
That doesn't bode well.
No, I don't like that very much. And can Ludwig move over a little bit, like over to like he stand on the edge and see if there's anything more he can glean, like an investigation or something? He's just seeing like was there something left behind?
Go for it, please do.
Just out of interest, are you running the activity through Discord?
No. But did you want me to?
If you can, then I can free up a monitor.
Yeah, let me do that. Sorry, I forgot we can do that.
Okay. Ludwig's a bit distracted. He rolled an 8.
Excellent. A 12 and an 8.
Better than a 1.
I'm on fire.
There we go. That should pop up for you now.
Yeah, it's just letting me come back in now.
Yeah. And it gives you that 12-second load time. It's so good.
I'm sure there's a thing where it's like, there's no 12-second load time if you pay for it.
It's legitimately that.
Yep.
It's legitimately that. And then I'll leave so it brings the camera back. Cool. Excellent. Cool.
Yeah, I don't think I see anything else.
No, so with an 8, essentially you would see exactly what Mordecai has already seen, and it strikes you as, well, abnormal, as a dug-up grave should be abnormal to most people.
And as far as like lighting from the building and anything, the trains or anything that's really illuminated, like
Correct.
there's nothing really from.
Yep. So the crypt you can see, or that you can see that the Undertaker's house is completely barren. There is no door on the hinge whatsoever. It's completely just a hollow entrance, and there's no light coming within it whatsoever. So whoever used to live here looks to have just been abandoned it.
Okay. There's no like drag marks.
No.
Or
So your investigation of an 8 would be essentially I'll give you the one thing is that you do not see drag marks. That is effectively all you see. But you don't see footprints or anything like that. But you definitely don't see drag marks of any description whatsoever.
Okay. Well, this isn't getting off to a good start. Does it look like do we know how long the train stays at the stations traditionally?
So if it's running by its original schedule, it'll be 10 minutes.
Okay.
So effectively, when you got here, it was already stationed. Mordecai has already been waiting here 5 minutes, so you could astutely stay another 5 minutes before it. If it's still running on its original clock, 5 more minutes, and it'll decide to take off again.
Within that 5 minutes that I've been like keeping an eye out, I didn't see any guards on the exterior or anything like that. It's all the movement's been within.
Yes, correct. So no one has actually exited the train whatsoever. Everyone that you have seen so far, which is just those passing shadows, has been within it. You definitely have seen that there is a door entrance on the side of the first carriage, which is like legitimately that one there. So there is literally a door on the side of it, and that's where you saw the light of passing by people, creatures, whatever it may be, going through it. But yeah, 100% no one has exited. Usually, once again, a conductor will come out to stamp tickets, to acquire, ring the whistle, make sure people are ready to go. Nothing of the sort has happened.
Okay.
Well, I'm happy to follow your lead. What are your, I guess, how do I say this in game terms? Capabilities? Specialties?
Strengths?
Like, are you a fighter? Are you a caster? Are you...
Oh, no. I prefer to soothe the soul via music.
Well, you're a bard.
Yes. This is very nice, as Ludwig kind of turns around, there's an extra large violin-looking instrument on his back.
Okay.
I'm known to play a tune every now and then.
Excellent. Nothing wrong with a bard. Now, obviously, having a skeletal hand, I would have noticed that you're not human. Do you have any... what would be the word? Magical vision? Like, do you have blind sight? Or tremor sense? Or anything? Or do you just have normal vision?
I believe I just have normal vision, shall
Okay. It was just to gauge going forward. If we do have combat, I like to stick to the shadows and try not to obscure your view of the enemy and me.
Yeah, no, that is fine. So I haven't played this character in a little while, so I don't think he has any fancy perception things. It's just normal.
Correct.
Shall we
Yeah.
slowly proceed in and have a look?
I think that would be wise. I don't know how much longer it's going to wait for us, and I don't want to miss it.
As we slowly encroach, can I check for traps?
You can do sleight of hand
What
or
is
perception.
Or perception?
Yeah, either one, whatever you want to use.
Well, perception's better by 1, so I'll do that.
Beautiful.
25.
Excellent. Perfectly safe looking cobblestone walkway up through the main gate and up to the foot of the train. You said perception, yeah?
Yep.
The main door gives off an eerie green glow around the borders of the frame itself. But apart from that, yep, looks like this is just a perfectly normal station once you pass through the gates, and there is no semblance of traps being placed whatsoever.
Eerie green glow. Sounds fantastic.
Sounds like home.
Was that standard for this area?
Nowadays, yeah. Not uncommon, I guess you could say.
Shall we try
maybe-
and gain entry? Is there anything else you want to look at first?
No, I think we should.
Right. Tell me, Dave, is the door locked?
I was like, do you want to try it first?
Well, first, actually, I might try and... Oh, no, wait, you said the moon's out, didn't you? So I can't really stealth myself.
Yeah, you can still roll stealth no matter what. But entering in with stealth, you could still
14.
do it. So you could roll. You could be in stealth now, but once you pass through the train's doorway, you would no longer be stealth because there's no way. Because the 14 wouldn't count once you're inside, but it counts outside. So currently now, yeah, if someone was to walk out, they would not see you.
Okay, cool.
Does it
Alright,
seem safe?
there's an ominous green glow around the door, but I can't detect any other traps.
Okay. Before we open the door, can Ludwig just do a bit of an arcana check to see if he can identify anything to do with the train?
Yeah, please do.
That's better. Dirty 20.
Yeah, it's much better. So you're hit with an immense blast of arcanic energy as the entire train is just radiating like necrotic energy, like immense necrotic energy, giving it that kind of deep green glow on the outside as well as like from the frame of the door between the cracks you can see. From the tippity front of the train to the very end of the, like, almost, I think there's 9 carriages at the very end, you can see there's just the green glow, and you're like, yep, that's from the School of Necromancy. I don't need to, like, figure that one out very hard. Aside from that kind of energy you're feeling, a lot of it seems to be, because you got the dirty 20, a lot of it is concentrated very much around the head of it, where the train driver will be, and also from the last 2 carriages. So the very back 2. The rest of them just seem to be kind of, because the train is magical no matter what, just your standard, I would say almost healthy amount of necrotic energy. Yeah.
Non-toxic.
Ominous.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But within the door itself, there's nothing screaming evil. Apart from,
Now
depend-
that we're next to it, like, is it made out of, like, is it all metal and everything? It doesn't look fleshy from the outside?
No, it does not. So your
Okay,
perception from
cool.
before, no. So it still definitely has the wooden/iron mixture of a normal train, but it's just that the iron has been placed along it to make it look like rib cage bones along the side of it, and that goes for every single one of the carriages. All of them, aesthetically choice wise, look the same except for the front. The front itself end at the precipice where it joins in that triangle. But you can see the front almost looks like a skull at the front, and the jaw kind of juts out a bit further. And so, like I said, it's trying to look like a giant spine, essentially, with the ribcage still attached to the side of it. And then the front is essentially the actual end of the neck, and then a giant skull at the front with a jutted out jaw. So it's a horror-esque looking train, but the materials it's made out of are just your standard everyday iron, wood, mahogany, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's see if we can get on this thing.
Is the door unlocked?
So basically you walk up and it's one of the pull down door handles. You pull it down and yes, it is unlocked.
Cool.
Once you kind of open it, and you open it all the way through, and that kind of ominous green glow dissipates as the inside, you can see from just the opening vision of it, is the lanterns hanging from the top to give it the illumination. They use a green flame inside of it, so that's what effectively gave it the kind of bright ominous green from the outsides, because the insides were lit up with a almost like lime green candle wick inside of these hanging lanterns along the rooftops.
Okay. Ludwig will kind of stick his head in and see if it's safe, if there's anyone that's there before he just jumps in it.
Be a bit cautious. Yeah. You get like a head in just to kind of look left and right. You look to your right where effectively that connection or carriage portion of the door is to the engine room, and also where they steer it. Of course, the door is a very large cast iron door. On it, though, you see no door handle whatsoever. It is still a door because it has the makings of the door and everything like that. But where a door handle should be for you to pull, there is literally nothing. The gap underneath, to kind of have a look in between it, you can see is very, very thin, like, about 2 millimeters thin. But it does give you the idea that, yes, either there was an original door here, someone has taken it away and just kind of melded over iron. But it is, for all intents and purposes, a makeshift door someone has just slapped onto it as a kind of barricade. To your left, you can see the rest of the carriage. The immediate thing you spot is an almost like obscenely large kind of holding of purple crystals. And you can hear someone actually playing music just to the left of you. You can't quite see them, but you can hear it.
Already don't like this.
Do I recognise the
It was out of character. It's just ominous music. There's gonna be some creepy child sitting there.
You can roll actually for a history check, sorry, to see if you recognise the music.
8.
No. We'll keep it light. No. So it's played. What you establish out of it is it's played effectively and with grace, and all you can kind of deduce from it is a melody that you have not heard before, but it still sounds pleasant to your ears. To essentially Mordecai, it sounds almost like if you were to listen to like a haunting melody of someone describing a graveyard and then turning it into a song, like that. It's a very dark, ominous, foreboding song. But for you, you're like, no, it's actually quite beautiful. To everyone else, it's like, it sounds like death.
Would I know what kind of instrument it is?
You can roll as well for that. You can roll history for that one. Sorry.
Oh, yes. You picked my worst stat. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
18.
That's still great.
You got +1.
It's definitely a lyre.
Okay, cool. Yeah. To me, it sounds like death.
Yeah, it's a melody that sounds not right. Not bad. Like it's not played poorly. It just doesn't sit with you nicely.
It's nothing that I would have heard remotely similar to in my vast travels.
No, not even with an 18. This is a very unique tune that you have not heard before.
Okay.
Shall we proceed before this train departs?
You effectively got 1 minute, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So there's lights in there. Do you say this is like dim light over here or anything?
No, it's completely bright. The whole carriage is lit up. Like, you can see everything perfectly fine. It's to allow, like, full walkabout people going through it. You don't need, like, there's no corners of shadow or anything like that. You can still, if you wanted to, roll stealth when you get in there. There's always places to hide when you roll high enough. But for all intents and purposes, no, it's fully lit up. No dim lit.
I'll shuffle myself in. Does it look like there's any kind of, like, keyhole or a seam on the door at all?
So no, there is actually.
You said that there was no handle, but or is there?
Oh, so to the engine room. There is yeah. So no keyhole from what you can see. Also no. There is a seam to the door, but if you were to be in trade school and stuff like that, it almost looks like someone's done a botched job welding it to the actual frame itself. So they've welded or somehow plastered it to the entire cutout, and the only part you can see that isn't completely sealed is the very bottom, with a very small millimeter thick gap between the very rushed installation of the door and the base of the floor. But no door handle and no keyhole whatsoever. Roll Arcana real quick for any type of runes or anything like that.
Do I have to roll Arcana?
I mean, if you want to employ Ludwig, you could do that.
Can we both? Or can I give the help action to give advantage?
Yes, you could do that. You're like,
there you go. I'll do that.
You're like, Ludwig, magic now, and just point to the door.
But our last campaign, I was the magic guy.
Yeah, I know. Now you're not.
Now I'm looking at my stats. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do that anymore.
All right. Thank you for the assist. 22.
Beautiful. So on the door itself, you feel an immensely ominous, dark, magical presence from the other side of the door. It's kind of almost seeping through that gap on the bottom. You can feel a magical kind of incantation that has been placed on the door to effectively lock and hide any type of way of opening it. You know the school of magic, and you know that it's an illusion-based magic, but it is so strong that your 22 isn't enough for you to actually figure out or see the spell kind of like facade and see through it. You just know that it's an illusion, but you don't even roll high enough with the 22 to actually see through it yet.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Well, I don't know how to get through it. I'm sorry, Mordecai.
Whilst we're looking at this, can we also just look in this cabin to see, is there anyone else in here? Like, is that music coming from this cabin?
Yeah, 100% coming from this cabin. And let me do this for you.
Oh, great.
Now you can zoom all the way in. This is what I meant about...
holy crap.
It's huge.
Yeah, when you said before it was a massive map, I'm like, it wasn't that big.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, Jibbity Crickets. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So yes, you definitely hear that the music is coming from the very cabin you're in. The playing has escalated as far as sound because you're closer to it, but whoever the person is has not decided to jump out and be like, hey, I'm playing. They're just sitting quietly just around the corner from you, plucking away at their lyre.
Okay. Can I check out these purple stones?
Yeah.
See if I know what they are.
You can either, if you want to roll for Arcana to see if they're magical, or you can roll History to see if you've known anything about ores in the past. It's up to you what you kind of want to do. Same for Mordecai if you want to do that as well.
What am I doing?
Just if you want to see what's up with the purple crystals. You don't have to, but...
21 on the purple crystals.
Cool. They have exactly 0 magic coming off them.
They're just pretty.
Yeah. So you look at them and they are like a deep fluorescent amethyst. They have a dim glow to them, but it's almost like the glow is produced via the rock itself. But the actual, like, there is 0 magical properties whatsoever to them. They just have a very pretty look to them. They're very thick, so if you were to pick one up, because you know it's no magical properties in it, so you're like, it's a bit safe. You pick one up, they are like almost 3 times the weight and density of a normal ore, but they look almost translucent when you look through them. So they should be light, but they weigh an obscenely large amount.
Right. It'd be pretty rock. Okay.
Can I see where this person is?
From where you are, roll perception real quick.
Oh god, well.
You know the direction.
Roll it, just hit the side of a screen.
You know the direction of where the music's coming from. All you can see is the top of a hat.
Bro, is it? I just haven't zoomed in far enough. I'm assuming it's from this direction.
Yeah, correct. yeah.
Okay. I was just like, he's fog of war in this, I can't see.
But no, yeah, so you can see just the legitimate top of a hat.
Mm.
And of course, it's a wide-brimmed hat all the way around, so you cannot tell which way the person's facing either, because it's a circular hat. It looks the same no matter which way you're facing.
Okay. Can Ludwig attempt to match the tune that's being played?
100% roll performance.
Also, like, just try and get here, maybe in like
29.
Very nice. You're like one off the highest you can get, which is a nat 20 plus 10. One more, you would have like upped him. You're like, I can do better than that. But no, your musical experience in the past gives you the ability of pitch perfectness. So you immediately like pull out your larger than life flute, and your violin, and you start actually strumming away at it with your horse head stimped, and you match it perfectly to the point where it almost resonates around the actual carriage and amplifies it by about 3 times. What this does for free, because you rolled such a high thing, is it will give Mordecai a bardic inspiration that you don't have to use one of your bardic inspirations to do. So Mordecai gets a free bardic inspiration, and you don't actually have to...
What, a D6?
I think it's a D8.
Anything I can see on my page is heroic inspiration.
That's what it is now. Sorry, it's called heroic inspiration, but it's bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's 2024 rules, 25, but like we still call it bardic inspiration. It's fine.
So it still does not. Oh yeah, so that's different to heroic inspiration, because heroic inspiration lets you re-roll any die.
Oh, that's what it is now. Sorry, so that's what it is. It's all of its heroic inspiration. I'm learning the rules again.
Oh, so you don't add anything to it. You literally just replace.
Yeah, it's as if you have advantage.
It's like a free luck point.
It's a free advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way better. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I attempt to stealth and hide at the end whilst that was happening?
Yes, 100%. Go for it.
30, baby.
Jesus Christ. Nat 20 plus 10. You just wanted to outdo Ludwig by 1. There you go.
2 weeks in a row. We're on.
Yeah, 100%. You're part of the ether now. No one has seen your presence. But no, effectively, like, yeah, you are one with the shadows at the moment. Yeah. The performance, Ludwig, does gain the attention of the stranger who was plucking away at their lyre as well, as they stand up, and you only see an extra, like, probably 5 centimeters of height actually appear from the hat itself as it walks around the corner, and this halfling walks around from the side of this very large bed, effectively, that he's like obviously to... Even though the scale of everything, because I didn't want to make your tokens too big, the scale of everything, try and scale it down. The bed is a normal bed, but the tokens, like, it's either be like, you know, you'd be normal size or you'd be like this. There's no in between. Yeah, it's like giant or normal. So either way, he you see him actually kind of waddle around. He's still playing, so he's like walking around playing as well, and he sees you and actually joins in, and he's like giant as grin on this man's face. He is like enjoying the hell out of it. He walks over to you and goes, "Well, sir, let's keep going," and he starts joining in. He's got this big grey bushy beard that goes all the way down to like his like nape of like the nape of his like actual stomach and everything. This long like silvery hair. It's very unkempt as well, so he hasn't tied it up. It's just like you picture basically Radagast from like the Hobbit. He's just like a bushy like lot of hair and everything like that. Effectively, you can see almost to the point where like his arms actually come through the beard, and like if he was to pull his arms back, they just disappear within the folds of his hair and beard, almost like Cousin It from the Addams Family. He's just let this shit grow like it's no problem whatsoever. But he is enthralled at the performance that you're now doing. You play for another 2 or 3 minutes as the song he was playing comes to an end. It starts to fade out into the concerto, and it finishes with basically him just like finish it off, and your violin ceases the song at the same time as you match perfectly the tune to the same time. He goes, "Ha ha. It's been a long time since someone's come around and actually had some gusto to their playing. You know, so everyone around here, so, oh, woe is me, I can't get off the train, shit's haunted, but, you know, I just look at the positives of I get free food, free drink, and I get to play as long as I want. Sorry, your name, if I may ask." And, of course, he can only see you, Ludwig, as Mordecai is one with the shadows.
I am Ludwig von Bernstrom. It is wonderful to make your acquaintance.
He goes, a fitting name for a fitting bard, as I may see. You may call me Marfire. And he just kind of bows down really deeply. It's just like this mash of hair just kind of touches the ground, and like just like a broom just kind of like brushes the ground. Doesn't even care that he's getting dirt in it. So yeah, his name's Marfire, Marfire. And he goes, It's, once again, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. May I ask, if you don't mind, this is not exactly what you would call a welcoming environment. What made you want to actually, one, get on the train, too? Well, decide to get on the train.
Well, I mean, the train's been around for a long time, and it looks so inviting.
Yes, inviting is not the word I'd use for this abomination-looking thing, but each to their own. Would you like me to show you around at all? I seem to know all the denizens here, the good, the bad, the ugly, the everyone here is kind of stuck. And some of them enjoy that. Some of them desperately do not enjoy that.
I would absolutely love the tour. Do you maybe tell me a little bit more as we go along, like how long you've been here?
Oh, time's escaped me, Ludwig. I could not even begin to tell you how long I've been here. As you can see, and he goes over to the curtains like that, and he kind of pulls open the curtain to look out the window, and it is a complete black void. You cannot see anything outside of the window whatsoever. It's almost like there's no stars, there's no anything. It's just a complete black, ominous void outside. Even after you were effectively walked in and you opened the door and turned around, that safety of the ground behind you and the view of the cemetery disappeared, and it just became that just black mist, and you cannot see anything outside of it. And he goes,
Feel like the train's moving?
You definitely can feel the train is moving now. 100%, yeah. So it is that kind of like, the jutting up and down of the train on the tracks, but there are no tracks. But it definitely makes the sound of wheels running along the iron skirts of tracks, regardless of the fact that it is definitely not on any.
Okay.
But yeah, so he goes, well, time is kind of fleeting around here when you can't tell what's going on the outside world. That's why I ask.
Okay.
Outside, it's been some time. What exactly has transpired within the forest and the surrounding areas? I'm not from anywhere around this parent forest that it's partaken in, but some of the people who trapped here with me say that it's a curse. Look, far be it from me to know what is going on in the realms of magic. I am a simple bard, but he's not actually a bard, he just plays the lute. The lyre. He goes, but when it comes to fighting or magical prowess, it's not my forte, unfortunately. So, yes, what is happening out there? Do you have any insights? Do you know why we're trapped in this? Can you get us out? I'd love to get out, but also the free food and free drinks kind of really enticing me to stay.
Yeah. It's different outside. Forest as it was is not how it is now. So to call it a curse is probably quite accurate at this point in time. There are those that are here to try and lift it. And if I can get you off this train, I will try to. That is ultimately why I'm here. I don't know what's befallen the train, whether it's part of the curse, but I want to try and bring things back to the way that they were, however I can.
Yes, a noble adventure you've been thrust upon. Well, if I can be of any assistance, please, let me introduce you to some of the people of the positive variety.
Guys seem genuine, or does he see?
Yeah, you can roll insight. You can roll insight.
$16.
It's more difficult to tell with him than your normal person, simply because he is just a thorough mat of hair. From his eyes, though, because that's pretty much what you can mostly see outside of his hands coming through, just a mat of hair. You can see that he has that look of bewilderment, because he has met someone of the bard persuasion as well, and he's very happy with Ludwig. And you can see that he's very positive about his surroundings, and that he does indeed seem happy where he is. You could almost effectively say he seems pretty genuine about everything. Not 100%, but you're like, no, this seems like he's pretty genuine about everything.
Picturing this guy as either Grug from the children's books, or one of the Taras from ZZ Top.
Grug, there you go. Yeah, similar to Grug, but with long arms, or like not long arms, but halfling arms. Like, yeah. That's a very apt description. We'll go with that from now on. So what he'll start doing is he'll start actually walking down towards the interlocking pathway between the carriages. He just starts walking down, and he's kind of beckoning you, Ludwig, to come. He's like, come. Let's just meet some of our friends. Walks down, and the iron door between the two of them, it's one of those kind of like hull ones in a submarine where you have to kind of turn it around and around until you hear the clunk and it unlocks. Once he opens, he slides the door itself and pushes it open. He pushes it with like two hands because he's quite small. You can see that the door on the other end has opened automatically by default once the one you were in front of opened as well. And that it is a 100% interlocked by a few bits of timber iron chains and locks in between them to hold them two together, but just a dense black void between the left and right where you would usually see the outside. It's very the closest word is eerie, because you feel like you could touch that blackness if you wish to, but essentially you have a wide enough berth that someone really broad shouldered could walk through quite easily. You could almost fit two people between the two, like side by side almost. But 100% you can now see through to the other carriage. And you can see on the other carriage itself that there is a large, almost like bar on the other side of the carriage as well. Can't see too far to the rest of it, but you can definitely see the openings of a bar on the inside of the next one.
Just back for a second, I'll say that when Ludwig got beside me, I might try and whisper, I think I should reveal myself so I don't startle this guy. Thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no.
I think Ludwig will kind of probably just do like a little pat down sort of motion, just as he's just to kind of like wait type thing, and just to see what happens when we get to the door.
Beautiful.
First, it's as the doors are open, I've kind of seen what's happening, and it's normalish. Then I might kind of beckon.
My only concern is I'll be stuck here once he goes through and closes the door.
Yeah, that's what it's like. But Marfa, before we go, can my colleague come with? Would you mind if he joined us as well? He's a little bit shy, so would you mind if I introduced him?
He looks confused, as he should. As he stops there, he opens the door, and the two open. As he goes to step to it, he goes, "I'm sorry, your friend? I only saw yourself. Is this one of those? I have an imaginary friend, and I'm all for it. It's okay. I do not judge, but it's
As he says that, I'll cast Minor Illusion.
Yeah.
Make a sound just to his left of.
So literally
I will just appear.
Sorry
to pop in like that.
Yeah, it's fine. Effectively, and it's not just a slow fade in. It's literally just, and he's just gonna be like, "Oh my god!" And he falls straight back into almost the gap into the thing. And he goes, "Never do that again. Never do that again. I have a small, weak heart. Cannot take that. Pleasure to meet you, whoever you are."
I'll bow and introduce myself as Mordecai.
He goes, "Marfire, pleasure to meet you again. Let's just go to the next carriage. I need a drink."
Mordecai will buy you a drink.
Would you like some of this? And I'll pass him like a little small bottle of rum.
Yeah, you would. You're 100%. As a captain of a ship, you would be carrying rum. It's very apt. You're it's like a flask, and you carry it to him, and he goes, "Oh no. The stuff here is a little better than that. No offense." And he goes, "Yeah, I need that drink now." And he scutters off so quickly. He's just into the next carriage.
Maybe don't say it.
It's fine. You get to you walk through that the barricade between the two carriages, and the door behind you just shuts slowly behind you, and then you hear that as the wheel flicks back into the lock formation and then locks itself behind you, and you hear it twice as the door that you previously went through as well does the same aspect as well. You see Marfire kind of clamber up the stool because he's not tall enough, climbs it like a bell pole to the top and just and props himself up to there. Looks in front of him, and there is just a enormous, large, burly man, and he's huge. He is just almost if he was to be any other kind of seat that he's standing on, it would just give way under the mass of him. But he seems to occupy this entire space just to himself. But you can see behind him he has liquor to the nth degree, all these different bottles of colours behind him. You can see he's got actual ale tankards everywhere around him, ready to go. Some of them have been drunken recently, and he's basically preparing a drink immediately for Marfire as Marfire walks up, because he already would establishably know what his preferred drink is. Doesn't look to the two of you walking in, doesn't take any note of you whatsoever, but just sees 100% Marfire in front of him, looking very shocked and like kind of not shaking, but he's just like he's seen a ghost. He's just like, I need a drink now, please. As this bartender is 100% making him a drink, quick smart.
Okay. Does it look like he's running out of booze? Like, I'm trying to ascertain whether I can kind of gauge how long maybe they've been on this train.
So you walk up to the bar and you look at the various liquor bottles behind him, and actually roll perception would be the easiest way for you to do that.
17.
Beautiful. The bottle of clear liquid that he starts pouring into Marfire's glass, he gets a glass, not a tankard. So he pours the clear liquid into it, and you can see it leaving the main bottle itself. None of that liquid that he poured out into that glass actually leaves the main bottle itself. It doesn't leave any, like, it doesn't refill. It doesn't leave it. It's the exact same dented amount that was in it once he pours the drink. And Marfire like starts drinking the drink immediately. So he does ingest it, and he does get, he does actually get the refreshing taste of the liquid, but none of it actually leaves the main bottle.
Okay.
Gotta get me one of those bottles.
It's juicy. Okay. Ludwig's going to kind of wave, be like, "Good evening, sir. Nice. Where you? I'm Ludwig von Bonstrom. How are you?"
Good. Drink?
Yes, please. What would you recommend?
Alcohol?
I'll point to Marfire and be like, could I have the same as what he's having?
Yeah. Sure. Turns around very slowly, kind of like, almost like if he was to take one step the wrong way, just smash everything behind him. Picks up one of the glasses he's just finished cleaning, puts it in front of you, and same thing, you notice straight away, he pours the drink into the glass, and none of it actually leaves the main bottle. Takes it away, fills up it's about 350ml glass that you've got now of this clear liquid in front of you, and he goes, "Enjoy. It good, I think. Marfire like it, me not much. Too white, need brown."
Thank you very, very much. Ludwig will take a sip.
Sweet.
Not a sweet, just a sip.
Yeah, so as a just a little like sippity taste of it.
Yeah.
It's essentially like a cherry blossom vodka that it does give you. Actually, roll a constitution check, not a saving throw, just a check for me.
16.
Beautiful. It's strong, but it isn't in the environment of forcing inebriation out of you. What the essentially strong flavor of that vodka does is it elicits the neurons in your brain to make you think that you're in a field of flowers. and that you're surrounded by pink cherry blossoms, and so the taste of it matches the imagery that your brain is now visualizing, and so it's a very pleasant aroma, very pleasant taste, and it's very calming. Even though it's alcohol and would over time get you inebriated, you would never feel like you're not in your right mind. It's a very calming alcohol, but it is delicious to taste.
Okay. Is there anything, I guess, different about it because it hasn't, like, it's left the bottle, but it hasn't left the bottle?
No, you like if you were to drink the whole thing, you would feel the full effects of the alcohol, and you would feel like your digestive system would still be like, I have had a full drink, no matter what. But Arpath, who is the bartender, legitimately just has at this point just gone, this is what shit's like here, and he could sit there and pour it down the drain like this for hours, and it would still keep going. But the alcohol itself, no magical properties, because I won't make it roll arcana, no magical properties whatsoever to it. It's just the specific flavor that the brewer has made elicits that feeling when you drink it. But there's no magical properties. Even the bottle that he is holding, zero magical properties whatsoever for a bottle that is infinite. Should have magical properties, but nothing. It's just a standard glass bottle full of this cherry blossom vodka.
Okay.
Now, I'm guessing standing right there, I would have heard the exchange.
Yes.
I'll go up and I'll introduce myself to this fellow.
Yep. He walks up. Literally one step is all he needs to take as he encompasses the water. And he goes, rum.
Yes, I overheard. Sorry, my name's Mordecai, and you are?
Arpath. So Arpath.
Nice to meet you. Yes, my friend, I overheard you say that you required something brown. Can I interest you in some rum?
Yes. Yes. Please pass.
You have a couple of glasses?
Yes. Turns around carefully this time. This time you notice, because you've offered him a brown liquid, instead of just kind of swinging his body around, he carefully turns around because he like you've filled him with a tiny bit of excitement. He's like, oh, new alcohol. Turns around, and instead of bringing glasses, he just gets two large tankards in front of you. Instead of being wooden on the inside, they're a cast iron, so it's going to keep the flavor of the rum alive. Puts them in front of you and goes, flask. And he's asking for the flasks for you to hand it to him.
Sure thing. I'll give him the flask.
Right. You hand it over. It's enormous, his hand, and when he picks it up, it's like seeing Shaq when he holds the tiny water bottles in his hands. It's like that kind of look thing, which is like, it's enormous, his hand compared to the tiny flask. And he starts pouring the entire flask into both tankards, in which it should not be able to do that, but it does. 100% fills up this 500ml tankard on both sides, so 1 liter of this rum, and then hands the flask back to you, and the flask is just as full as when you brought it in.
Him, it's not the bottle.
Possibly. Who knows? Shit's fucked in the Feywild.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you seem to like your rum.
Yes. Yes. Drink now. And just grabs the tankard and just swigs the entire thing down. For one person, it would be like, that was a shot.
Jeez.
Yeah, so for your normal person, it's a full tankard. For him, it's almost like it's a shot for him as he just gulps 500 mils of this rum down. It was your rum. Is it a special rum of some description? Is it from a different plane or anything like that? Or is it like your stock standard rum? What does he ingest?
It'll be from my original Faerun plane, so it'll be Faerunian rum, so there's a fair chance he's probably never had it before.
Yes, very much so, yeah.
But no deceitful dodginess, just rum that I would give to my sailors.
Yep, beautiful. He almost feels because he just downs it straight away, and he has not, once again, you're right, he has not tasted this before. So he has effectively just gone, whoa. Pirate? No. Pirate! As he's like trying to piece together where this rum could be from. He goes, bar, pirate, battle, blood, pirate. And he points at you. Pirate!
Yes, sailor.
Yes. Ah! Friend! And he kind of like rips open the he has an apron on, but he just kind of tears it open. As you can see, he has tattoos from his neck down all the way to his belly button, his big girthy belly, of different naval situations. He's got compasses and all these like actual pirate tattoos that have been tribally ripped, and like some of them are like done as if a crew member has walked past and be like, shut the fuck up, you're getting this tattoo now, and just branded him with stuff like that, and he's just like, ho, 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 and just let it happen. So he is riddled with pirate paraphernalia all over him, and so he's just like, friend, and goes to big you like this massive hug. Do you allow him though, is the thing.
I will allow him to. This seems interesting.
He leans like against the bar, kind of picks you up, and like you like slop against his like bare skin, and it's sweaty as hell, and he gotta like slide up him a bit like that as like he's tightening his squeeze, and he goes, oh sorry, puts you down, and he goes, Captain.
Does he work?
Thank you.
What was your rank, sailor?
Second mate. Crow's nest. Watch.
A watch, so you must be used to seeing things and keeping your eye out.
Eyes good, Captain.
Know who did the door in the first carriage?
Oh. Yes. Name no good. Name no good. Face good. Yes.
What does the face like?
Red, evil, devil.
Okay.
They called? Yep.
He goes, Ooh. And looks behind, and he pulls out, just dice. He goes, throws the dice. Gamble. Devil, bad. And points to...
Gambling or cheats at gambling?
No, in general, like the person who he thinks they gamble as a profession.
On this train still?
Yeah, on the train, correct.
Yeah.
And he points to, even though they're kind of tiles you're on now, the train's still one long thing, but he's pointing to like further down the train itself.
Okay. He said devil. Are they a tiefling?
Tiefling! Yes! Tiefling.
You know their name?
No. Four devils. Brothers.
They're all red?
All red.
So they're evil. Four brothers. Excellent. Did they take over this train? Or have they always been here?
Captain, no. Me stuck.
Don't.
He doesn't know. Yeah. No. It's literally no knows. He doesn't know.
So you're stuck. So is Marfire. Are you trying to get out of this train?
Yes, Captain.
You seem able-bodied. I could probably use you on your crew if you wanted to assist.
Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain.
Okay, is there anything else you or Marfire can tell us about further carriages as we go? Like, are all of the bad people at the back, are they mixed in with the others?
Oh, good people. One bad.
You said four bad.
No.
4 brothers.
One bad. 4 brothers. 3 okay.
Do they not like the other brother?
I not know. Me
Are
not.
there any other sailors on board?
No, Captain. Just me. Miss Crew.
Happy to feel the ocean breeze on your face again and join our crew if we can get you off this train.
Yes, Captain. Sea friend. Me go. You, Captain. Crow's Nest.
Thank you, second mate. As a gift, and thank you for your help, you may keep this flask of rum.
He just and like hugs it against him. He's just like, gift from Captain. Treasure forever.
Did you have any other questions? I nearly said Helvig. That's not you. Ludwig.
Ludwig, no. Ludwig's just been watching from a distance. I need to
Duck
duck
off.
out for 10 minutes, Dave. I'll just be back in 5-10 minutes.
Yep, all good.
So just do as you wish.
Sweet. So
anyway, I rob him.
as a pirate, I take every belonging he has.
And he gets back. Why is everybody dead?
What happened in the span of 5 minutes? You're like, yeah, nah, look, it's D&D. The dice rolled well, but they also rolled poorly.
I've been playing Outer Worlds. I've still got kleptomania. Stealing everything.
That's it. But you can progress. It's fine.
Do you want to hold fire or do you want to keep going?
Nah, keep going. Because Danny's
Okay.
got a very limited window.
I guess whilst we're conversing, Marfire, do you have any information on this red tiefling?
Yes. Oh, I do. Yeah, there's 4 of them. They run the gambling carriage, which is the second last carriage before the end. There are 4 tiefling brothers. I'm not sure about them being evil, but they do have all different personalities, and some are more abrasive than the other ones, but worthy of a talk if you want to see what's going on. Arpath is a very honest fellow once you get him talking, which, once again, I have not heard him talk like this in quite some time, so you have made a friend for life. But effectively, you could go talk to them if you wanted to. There's the 4 brothers, and they, like I said, they don't exactly have the widest positive regard with the people on the carriages because they run a gambling den. But it is a way to pass the time, and, you know, not a lot of people here have a lot to do. So they've got kind of a stranglehold on the entertainment, apart from music and whatnot, or alcohol. But I wouldn't say they're evil, but like I said, Arpath is a man of... He doesn't mince words, or speak many words. So I would take what he says to heart. I would say it's quite truthful what he's saying. If one of them seems bad in the eyes of Arpath, I would wager that they are quite bad. Which one? I couldn't tell you, unfortunately.
And have you ever gambled against them?
100%. Yes, quite often.
Ever won?
Yes, I have definitely won. In fact, some of the alcohol, actually the alcohol that Ludwig and myself drank, I won as a prize for them and then added it to Arpath's repertoire. So without that winnings, I would not have won that. So I don't think they cheat. Well, I'm not a heavy gambler, but I'm not sure.
What do they bet with? I don't imagine there's much currency that moves through here as far as money.
No. When we all realized how stuck we were, and the thought of escape left all of our minds, we started betting not just possessions, but other objects, memories, feelings, names, things that we thought would be of no use because we were never getting off this train. And so, I bet the inability to ever cut my hair. As you can see, it has continued to grow and grow, and we have tried cutting it. The minute that it cuts off, it grows back immediately. That unfortunate circumstance, is being held at the gambling table by the four brothers in a bottle. And so in the Feywild, just like things like fairy deals are a major thing in the Feywild. Like the fairies, they literally can like take, if you don't want to feel regret anymore for a past experience, they can bottle that and take it away, and you will never feel it again, and you trade that for something. It could be like whatever you want to be. So the tieflings here have learned how to do that, because usually it's predominantly a fairy ability. Fairies or pixies knows how to do it. It's their very well kept secret, but the tieflings here have learned how to do it as well. One's learned how to do it, and of course taught the other three, being brothers. Marfi will tell you the names. So you've got Mira, so Mera. So you got Mira, Vera, Lyra, and Dira. And they're the four.
Mira,
Mira, Vera, Lyra, and Dira. So just all of those four.
Yep. Okay. He said that they were the ones that put the door up to the. Sorry, the bad one was one that put the door up on the front carriage.
Yes, Arpath said that the bad one.
Yeah.
He saw affix the iron door, or iron barricade, you could almost call it. Yeah.
Marfire, did you see that as well?
Oh no. Arpath was here before I was. I came after him. So when I got here, the door was already up.
Yeah. We know what to progress with when Danny's not here.
You can keep going. Like you said, she said before, like just keep it going, because she wants to come back and finish it. So we're trying to make it an actual one shot and do it in one shot. So.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe then I will thank Arpath, and I'll tell him I will see him before we leave, and as long as we can free him, he can come with us.
100%. Yeah, he's 100%. If you get him out, he is like on your crew without a doubt.
But I like looking at him. Is he like an orc? Is he a giant? Is he? Like,
No.
I don't know what race he is.
He's straight human, but he's just very large.
Okay.
So effectively, when he was in the crow's nest, Hodor, yeah, effectively Hodor. But because he's stuck in the crow's nest so long, all he did up there was basically drink and eat. So he just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so like when they pulled him down, it's like, oh, it's time to rest. He would just basically like roll down, like they'd have to use like ropes and like abseil him down. But he was really good at his job, so that's where they kept him up there. And they're like, yeah, well, he's like occupying the entire crow's nest now. Kind of like let's just keep him up there. So, but yeah, he's just quite largely built. He's already a big dude, and just the weight on top of that just made it even bigger. But he's a very pure-hearted looking fellow. Like if you were to roll insight on it, like you'd effectively be like, he is like 100% like a full pirate.
Yep. Screen's changing. Here we go.
But yeah, no, so he's beckoning you to go to the next carriage and find the gamblers.
Okay, well, let's proceed.
Same thing as before. Marfire is going to stay
salute
here.
him before I go.
Yeah, he'll give you the straight, like, the really, like, the massive, like, and he, like, smacks his hand straight into his head, like, with all due diligence. Like, he's, like, as he's saluting his own old captain. The same procedure for the doors. You just basically open the swivel, and the two carriages between the two are open. Once you pass through it, they will lock behind you. You can reopen them. They don't lock forever. It's just to basically stop. Like it's as if the train was still running normally. It's to stop that wind bypass between the two.
Okay. Also, Marfire is staying behind.
He's staying behind. Yep.
Okay.
Or if you want to, you can ask him to come if you want.
Actually, Ludwig might go back up to Marfire.
Yep.
And just before he leaves, and just say, will you be continuing the tour, Marfire, or are you leaving us here?
Oh, fair point. Let me finish this. And he squeezes it down really quickly. And he goes, Arpath, do you mind if I take off and show him the rest of the carriages? And Arpath goes, help, Captain. Get train stopped. He goes, I'd love if we could do that, Arpath, and who knows, maybe we will, but don't go your hopes too high. And he goes, oh, well. He kind of does the leap off the chair, and he's a thud when he lands, and he kind of scuttles over. And he goes, well, then, let's continue the tour. Sorry, I just got distracted by the alcohol and Mordecai's sudden appearance into my vision. Opens the door and proceeds straight through to the next carriage with all due haste. Gets through and goes, nothing exciting here. This is where, well, if the train was to be normal again, there's simply the dining hall where people can actually have a large table in front of them, comfy seats for the occupants who pay just the entry fee to get onto the train, just your normal seats for the duration of it. A lot of people here tend to, well, fall asleep here or utilize what little comfortness they have. There's not a lot of beds on the train. There is a carriage full of beds, but there are more people than there are beds, so a lot of people use these chairs as a way to rest and lie down. But there are a few occupants here, and you walk past and you can see that there is people who have seemed to be almost afflicted very similarly to Ludwig's condition. So there's an adult skeleton with obviously a child skeleton sitting next to them. They're just chattering amongst themselves. There's an adult skeleton male who's also on the right, and then you can see that there's two fairies conversing. They're sitting on the table itself because they're too small to kind of sit in the chair and see each other, but they're sitting on the table conversing. And then Martha is like, if you want to, we can proceed to the next carriage. Once we get through to the next carriage, we'll actually make it through to the kitchen area where you can meet the cooks. After that, we have the actual bedding or the suites where most of our beautiful occupants here will sleep. And at the very end is the gambling den where you'll find the Tiefling brothers, which I believe Arpath wanted you to speak to. So if you wish to proceed straight to there, we can. But if you wish to speak to anyone else, by all means, they're all lovely people. Some of them are a little always on edge because it is, one, rare to see new people come through, and two, it's distressing times for us here.
Would we recognize any of the skeletons? Or would any of them be from Grimrock?
You can roll history. Or perception. Either one will work quite nicely.
Alright, I'll do a history.
Oof.
5. We all look the same.
Yeah, like you're all just skeletons with clothes on. No, so you look at them and they have no familiarity to you or to them. So you would comfortably say, like, I don't think they're from my hometown. But they do have the same kind of affliction where they have the skeletal body, but they're wearing their normal clothes and everything like that, as if nothing has really changed for them.
Okay.
Yep.
Are they actually eating anything?
No. So you can see that the adult female is just speaking to the child, and that the male one on the right is just staring out the window as if, like, because they've got the curtains open, staring at the window as if they could see, like you're watching the beautiful scenery go by, but he's just staring at it, like literally his hands on his head like this, and he's just looking at the window as if he could see something. He can't. It's just black, but he's just like almost like he's picturing something if he could. And then two fairies they're sitting cross-legged on the table, and you can hear, like, their voices are very shrill, but they're talking very loudly. So, like, you walk in, you immediately hear them both over the tops of everyone else.
Okay. Is there anything else in this?
You don't have to roll perception. No. Each of the chairs are fairly comfy, well cushioned. So, like I said, people could sleep on them fairly comfortably. You've simply got a small cupboard system where they've got pots and pans and everything like that for people who want their plates and stuff when they're finished eating, put them somewhere, and then someone will use the trolley to take them away back to the actual kitchen to clean them. But aside from that, nothing else. There's a couple of flowers on the table itself, just as a decoration's sake. The flowers are perfectly alive and look fresh and healthy. But that's all really that's left in the room. Yeah.
Okay. Ludwig might go up to the gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to scare the kid. And just in case.
Yeah, that's fair.
And just try not just gently go up and go, good evening, sir. How are you today?
Does this against the witness? I'm good, I guess. On this beautiful evening, the sky is shining, the grass is green, and the ocean's beautiful, like every passing day and every passing moment. Oh, I'm sorry, you're new. My mistake.
Yes.
Sorry. My manners behest me. Raphael is my name, sorry. It's been quite some time since we've had new people here.
I'm hearing that a little bit. Yes.
Yes. Any time I can use to pass my time, I visualize different scenery outside of the wall, but it's all the same. It's just blackness and void and despair, and it's just so weird. I'm sorry, I'm getting depressing again. I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've seen anything outside the world.
Raphael, was it?
Raphael, yes, correct. Oh, your name, if you're perhaps. Raphael. It's lovely to see someone else.
Oh, no, that is fine. It's Ludwig von Bernstrom. It is a pleasure to meet you.
May I ask, we haven't had news of the outside world, but I'm not going to bore you with the many questions, but have you perchance been tasked with helping us, or did you come by chance, or it's just every person we've asked, one person did actually come on saying they were helping us get off, and they've just joined the ranks of us poor souls trapped here, but you're here to help, or you're here to by accident, or have you passed along the way? It's just something to ease my burden of my mind.
We're here to help if we can.
If I could cry tears, I would, trust me.
I understand.
Yes, well then, any questions, by all means ask them. I'm an open book for information. Not that I know too much, but anything I can help with.
You mentioned someone had come before looking to try and help. Do you remember who that was?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So the four Tiefling brothers, one of them apparently was sent on a mission, and the other three accompanied him as a kind of entourage. Vera was the Tiefling who arrived here on a quest to free us of this horrible curse we've been afflicted with, of just being stuck on this train to nowhere. But he, after, I've lost track of time, after some moments have passed and days of weeks and years, he effectively gave up the hunt. He used to investigate tiny holes and look for clues and keys and stuff, and he became almost like a very detective. But he gave up after some time, as we all have, unfortunately, and they opened up their gambling den as a way to pass the time and earn some favors, and that's what became of the four of them. But they're the only ones that have come from the outside saying they're going to help. The rest of us were either on the train when it happened, or have become new patrons by accident, either finding a train and walking on, or waking them up on the train. Those are some of the people who woke up on the train by shock, where unfortunately, like myself, I was actually in my bed going to sleep. When I woke up, I was on the train. Not quite sure what happened for me to wake up here, and I wish I knew. I wish I was off this hellhole of a rig, but here I am. And Never had any of my questions answered by anyone. So, yes, if you want to speak to them, they're in their last carriage. They're always there, trying to win favors or whatever they can do to garner power, but also they seem fairly fair. They seem quite nice. Sometimes they can get a bit harsh and mean, as things around here are very depressing. It's hard to keep upbeat, but they all seem to have a very, they're quick to temper more than your average person.
And I know it's probably hard to gauge time, but do you have a rough idea how long you've been here?
I'm afraid not. Without seeing a sun or any type of, timekeeping system, there's no clocks here. There's no sunlight. There's no moonlight. There's no effective way for us to keep track of what's going on. There was, at the start, I tried to do it. I tried to count down the minutes and write them down, but after a while, I just stopped caring and said, "Why am I bothering?" And I hit about the year mark. I believe it was a year that I've been on this train, and after that, I gave up.
And you mentioned some people may have been on the train when the change happened. Could you tell me who they are?
Oh, yes. Well, the two young fairies are just below us. They, in fact, were ones that were already on the train when this affliction, we can call it, occurred. But apart from that, I believe the cooks who are already employed on the train, say they were employed on the train, were already here. The driver, who no one's ever seen, but they could hear him from the other end of the door sometimes. Marfi says he can hear him, but I've never heard him. And I believe that's it. The two cooks and the two young fairies were the ones that are already actually on the train when everything went down.
Okay. So no one's seen the driver ever leave?
No, in
station,
fact, Vera was the one who, when the door used to be there. Very strange, but the door used to be locked, and a few of us had tried to open it and bang on the door, try and get a response from whoever's behind, just to get some answers. We didn't hear any response or anything like that. Marfi said he heard groans and kind of soft whispers, but he couldn't quite hear it through the door, but I've never heard anything. And also, Marfi does like to drink, so sometimes he's a bit inebriated when he's playing his music. But, no, I've never heard any of the goings-on heard, but Vera one day actually managed to, apparently, so he says, managed to make his way through to the captain and came out almost angry, like furious for some reason. Ripped the door straight off his hinges. I've never seen such ferocity before. Ripped the door straight off the hinges and bolted a new one. It was used fire magic to actually fuse a cast iron like placard to the front of it, and after that, that's when he effectively gave up the hunt. I think he probably spoke to the captain, the train driver, and realized it was folly to think we're ever getting off, and just barred the way. But after that, he stopped talking about it, stopped hunting, or stopped thinking of ways to actually get out of here, and it all changed after that, unfortunately.
Okay. Might need to speak with Vera then to see what he knows.
He's an okay fellow. Quick to temper now these days. Doesn't like to bring up ever talking about the door or the train driver. But if you're willing to try, go for it. I don't see what's the worst he's going to do. Really, we're stuck in this together, you know.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular he likes?
Well, obviously gambling, and funnily enough, each of the brothers favors different things to gamble with. And Vera, who, if you wish to speak to him, by all means, likes to collect names. And not just names, but your true names. So within the Feywild, you have your actual name, but every person has their true name. Your true name is a name that is attached to you at your conception, birth, whatever it may be, how you're created into this world may be it. That is, you don't know it. You can find it out through special means, but everyone has a true name. The thing with someone knowing your true name is true names hold a deep power to the person they're a part of, to the point that someone can control what you do by utilizing your true name. So some people in a lot of the kind of higher echelons of the army will give their true names to their commander as a way to stop fear and stop PTSD, stop ways of them feeling certain morales during battle, and instead become almost like a zombified soldier. So the commander will use their true name and say, you know, like, say Luxor, you are to kill that soldier. All emotion effectively leaves that person, and they just act like a puppet to that thing. But there is positives to someone knowing your true name, in which if you're ever possessed, or you are of not sound mind, or something like that, it is almost like a breakthrough barrier to the actual original person. So if you're charmed or anything like that, and you need to get to the core person rather than just the shell, you can use someone's true name to kind of bypass over those and reach that person. So there are positives to it and negatives to it, but that's why at birth a lot of people don't know their true name, because a lot of the time people would just be like, oh, here it is, this is my true name, and then you realize it's actually a really stupid thing to hand people over that when you're much younger. But it is also a positive and negative tool. So the positive and negatives to it, gambling it away is something that a lot of people do because they are in copious debt, or they have no way out of certain things, or they're like, I don't see a need for it. Like, for instance, being stuck on a ghost train. They're like, what am I going to do? What are you going to do with my name? I don't give a shit. Like, I can't leave here. So it's a very sometimes dark thing to gamble across or to sell, but they are worth a lot to the right people. And also, once again, sometimes being enlisted into the army or cults, or even, you know, marriage and something like that, they'll give each other true names as a sign of companionship and true love and true commitment to what's happening. So it's a very deep personal thing, but a lot of people are like, I don't care, what are you going to do with it? Some people are like, I'm never giving it to you, and some people just don't know it. Actually, majority of people don't know it. There are ways to find it out yourself, and there are some ways for other people to get it out of you, not by force, but with your permission. So if you go, I give you permission wholeheartedly to learn my true name, and they have the magical facility to do that, they can learn it. You learn it too at the same time, but they also learn it at the same time, and, you know, that's when it becomes a bit of a tug of war. So that long-winded explanation essentially goes, Vera likes those names.
Well, so that's what he's going to want.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for the information. I might go speak to our fairy friends and see if they have anything more to add.
Yeah.
Just before we go, if you could see one thing out that window, what would it be?
So, I'd love to see the ocean again. To be fair, it's been a long time. Actually, my very small village is a coastal town in the Feywild that is right next to a large lake. In the middle of the lake is a beautiful tiny island with just a very small forest where some extravagant deer live, and they're very beautiful to look at. And me and my family used to like just kind of staring out into the lake and visiting the ocean. So yeah, the ocean or the lake. Either one would be my preferred favor. Why? Why do you ask?
How big is the window?
It's enough to
Is it bigger than 5 foot?
So if you're looking at, this is why I hate feet instead of meters. I don't know feet to meter ratio. It'd be effectively the window next to me. It'd be 5 feet. Yeah, easily. Yeah.
I'll cast minor illusion and just give him the best representation I can of an ocean on the window face.
Yeah, sweet. Do you cast it? And this is important. On the window or in front of the window?
Because I figure that the void beyond it's going to let nothing happen.
Yeah. So if you do it in front of the window, almost like a TV screen, it will work. If you do it on the window, you notice that effectively nothing happens.
Okay, I'll shift it an inch forward from the window.
Yeah, literally just like enough. You're like, it's enough that you see, the skeletal jaw kind of drops in awe. And once again, if he could cry, he would be crying. He can't. He has no tear ducts as a skeleton. But he is like just in awe staring at the window. And you can see he kind of like puts his hands up to it and feels he can't feel it, but he feels the cold of the glass. And he's like, "Sir, I will cherish this for the rest of my days if I never get off this train. Thank you for one more glimpse of the outside world." And he's just gonna like stand there with his hand on the window, or sit there with his hand on the window. I can't give you double inspiration, but I would if.
Also, it doesn't. Oh, it only lasts for a minute, so
It's fine.
it's the best 60 seconds of this guy's life.
It's been a while. He hasn't seen a lot, and he's just kind of like, "Oh my god, the outside world." But it is a decent, like, uplifting moment for him, 100%.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you wish, there's the 2 ferries, or you can proceed to the next few cabins.
I want to speak to the fairies.
Yep.
As I walk up, are the fairies male or female?
Both female.
Cool.
And they, like I said, they're very loud. They're like, "Me, me, 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 me," like really loud. And like the minute you walk up to them, they both stop in unison and look up to you, like, and then start going back and chatting to each other. They don't take you any mind whatsoever. You're putting new people, but they just do not care.
Ludwig.
Oh, and say greetings in Sylvan.
That does get a reaction out of them. Can you quickly roll
I think
persuasion?
Sylvan is the fairy language.
Yes,
isn't it?
yes. Can you roll persuasion for me real quickly?
Try.
Yeah, I can do my best.
15.
That's all good. You have successfully interrupted the conversation. Interrupted is a strong word. They've taken a pause from the conversation to hear the first other person speak to them in Sylvan, apart from one other person in a long time. And so they both stop what they're doing and look up and go, "Hello, sir." In Sylvan to you. So Ludwig, you wouldn't understand it. It would just sound like fairy gibberish to you. And he goes, "It's been some time since someone else has actually spoken in Sylvan to one of us. Can I please help you with something? If not, our conversation was actually quite riveting and we will like to go back to it."
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we can have a conversation ourselves with friend Ludwig and I. And if possible, we'd be able to speak in common so Ludwig can also understand.
I guess maybe make it quick. The 15 was
You don't get new people around here that often.
It's funny. The DC check to like just get them to speak was 15, so you hit it right on the mark. So they're like, I guess, all right. And so they start speaking in common. They go, "Can we help you with something?" Yes, we don't see many new people, but also we don't really care anymore. It's just as it is. So yes, can we help you with something, Mr. Human and another bony person?
Sorry, I'm Mordecai, and this is Ludwig.
Ludwig will bow in, like, showing some
Yep.
respect to the fairies.
They're still cross-legged, and they go, "That's lovely names and everything. I'm Eve, and this is Liz. Is there something we can help you with? We'd like to go back to what we were talking about." And like I said, they were speaking in common before. very loudly until you got close to them, and once you got close to them, they swapped to Sylvan after that.
You said that it's been quite some time since anybody else spoke to you in Sylvan. Are they still on the train?
Yeah, one of the tieflings speaks Sylvan. I can't remember which one, but there's 4 of them. They all look the same. But one of them can speak Sylvan, funnily enough, for a devil-looking fellow. But yeah, he spoke to us in Sylvan. He hasn't done it in quite some time because he hasn't really needed to speak to us after the first time. And we don't really gamble. We don't need to. Fairies have deals we can do. We don't need to speak and do gambles. But yeah, one of the tiefling brothers did. I don't remember which one, unfortunately. Why? Do you want to speak to them in Sylvan, or is it important?
I was just curious as to who it was, whether it was maybe the driver or if it was one of them.
Oh, no. We've never seen the driver. In fact, we were here on the train when this horrible curse has afflicted us and we can't quite leave. But, as fairies, we live quite some time and it seems okay here. We have each other and we have plenty of food. And the people here...
Would you like to leave?
Maybe. We didn't really have a home to go back to. The people here are idiots, so they do whatever we ask them to do. And we pretty much steal all the food we need. We don't have to buy anything. No, actually, we're pretty comfortable here. Maybe more room to fly around would be nice, but we're okay. And so this is Liz speaking. Even the other one goes, yeah, so can you fuck off?
One more question, please.
Liz goes, don't mind Eve. She's my younger sister and a bit of a brat, you could say. And she goes, not a brat, just don't like people. In fact, I don't even like you. Fuck you. She's spoken to her sister.
So you mentioned that you were here when things changed. I was just wondering exactly what happened.
You take the question. I don't want to speak to them. Oh, okay. Well, we were actually traveling on our way to Anvil. There's a fairy market that happens in Anvil once a year, and we were going there to set up our wares in our store when this whole transformation happened, and we couldn't leave anymore. And so we decided that, instead of fighting it, we were just going to accept the fact that it is happening. And here we are. It is what it is, and we're stuck here. Sure, I would like to go see some of our family. I guess they're okay. And I would like to go to the fairy market. It is a beautiful time, and I really enjoy going. But also, it's fairly comfy here, and we get along with pretty much everyone here when we need something. But we're not sure why it happened. We never really questioned anyone. Vera was the one who was trying to act all high and mighty and try and figure it all. And then, he said he talked to the driver, and then he's all dopey and he's all whingy now. He's a different person. But aside from him, Vera. Vera is the one who we spoke Sylvan to. He's the one who can speak Sylvan. He's much more eloquently spoken than his brothers as well. He does like to chat up and flirt with people quite a lot. So very, very odd fellow compared to his brothers, who are very rough and tumble. But after meeting the train driver, he did seem to be much grumpier. I do recall that. And he also won't speak to me in Sylvan anymore. The last time he spoke to me in Sylvan, I taught him about the true name policy after I lost a bet with him. So I didn't really care because fairies don't really like us, mostly because of my sister being a brash piece of shit. She goes, don't talk to her like that. But aside from that, having someone's true name around here means jack shit, really, when you can't really get off somewhere. What are you going to do, turn us all into mindless zombies? That would be funny.
Good dear. That's good to know. So you said there was a transformation?
Oh!
Did the train change?
Oh, it's more of the lights were, instead of a dim yellow, went the green you see now, and the fact that we can't see out the fucking windows, so there's just a black void. The fact that the people on the train weren't skeletons before, but now they are. The fact we can't get off the train. I could go on, but I think you understand what I mean.
Yeah, no. Thank you very much. Appreciate the information.
Yes.
If you could get off the train and reinstate your market, would there be any interest in travelling the world on a ship selling your wares?
Oh. Well, usually...
There would, of course, be food as well. So there would be no need for stealing.
That gets the perked up ears of Eve. The more abrasive one goes. What kind of food are we talking about here? How much
do you prefer?
Well, fairies aren't supposed to eat meat, but we're kind of outcasts, and so I've partaken in the flesh of deer, and I quite like it. If I would quite like to try more of that, to be honest. Liz goes, Eve, you know we can't do that. Our stomachs can't handle it, and you get bloated for days. Yes, it tastes good, and yes, that's why we stick to berries and fruits and vegetables. But I don't think it's wise for you to do that. Eve goes, I just want meat. I just want meat. I want out of this place. You know what, Liz? I want out. I'm done. I want to help these people. I don't want to be here anymore. In fact, I'm bored. I'm bored of this conversation with you. I'm going with them. She literally floats up and just sits herself on Mordecai's shoulder. Just literally perches herself and just sits cross-legged on your shoulder.
That was Eve?
Eve.
Yep. You're welcome to come as well if you want, Liz, and there will, of course, be room for you on the ship, shall you want to join and sell your wares and eat and drink your fill and travel with us?
Roll persuasion for Liz.
If I say it in Sylvan, can I have advantage?
Yes, yeah, I'll allow that. Yep, yeah.
Gonna be a 1, you watch. Can't even see it.
It's
17.
Much better than a 1. So basically, in Sylvan, once you ask her, it does kind of give it rings a little more positive in her ears, and it does persuade her a little heavier. And so Liz goes, I do want to go back to the fairy market and make some deals there. But also, selling my fairy wares everywhere, without the restrictions of Anvil's fairy police, sounds nice. And we're already outcasts and people don't like us very much. If you can get us out of here, I still need to go to the fairy market and sell my wares there. Afterwards, if you do in fact have this ship you're talking about, and you want to travel your wares, I think I will join you. That seems to appeal to me. And wherever I go, even though Eve is begrudgingly saying she'll probably flake and turn around and say later she doesn't want to. She'll follow me to the ends of the earth. And Eve's just like, no, I won't. Well, maybe I will. Yeah, alright, I'll do it too.
Okay, well that sounds great. Out of curiosity, you're obviously both majestic sylvan creatures and magically gifted, whereas I am inept in magic.
100%. Not inept, just...
I'm a monk!
I punch fists!
My magic spells are punch fist! Muscle wizard. Would there be any possibilities in either of these two things? Being able to dispel the magic that's on the door to the driver's cabin, or being able to assist Ludwig and I in defense against being charmed?
So they would not be able to effectively break through the seal on the door. It's not that it's strong. It is, but it's not within the magical properties that the fairies possess. They could, though, effectively on your shoulder act as a barrier because they cannot be charmed. Fairies cannot be charmed. Act as a sort of like Tinkerbell scenario where as long as they're on you, you also cannot be charmed. That would work, and I will allow that. That's fine.
Okay, if you're happy with that, then yeah, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah. So you'll have 2 new party members with you, which will be the 2 fairies, Eve and Liz, and then one will be on each of your shoulders, basically just riding along for the ride.
Okay, we have an accord.
Beautiful. That's pirate speak. I love it.
Yeah. I'm just inclined to acquiesce to your request.
Oh, I love that sentence so much. God, it's good.
Oh dear. Okay, well, shall we keep moving through? It sounds like we need to get to Vera at the back.
Marfire is actually like, he's like not listening to anything you're doing. He like hears it. You're like, oh, we need to go. And he's like speaking to the woman who's with the child, and he goes, oh, sorry, I'll come and speak to you about that later. And he goes, rest of the tour, correct? All right, right. Where to next? Do you want to just go see the kitchen staff, or would you like to go straight to the gambling den? Where would you like to be going?
Well, the kitchen staff were here when things changed as well, so maybe just a quick swing by the kitchen just to speak to the chefs first, just to see if they have anything new.
Yes, oh, of course. So it's the one across here, just here, on the right-hand side.
Pew.
Pew. I will actually, what I can do, this is a fun thing, do this, and go advanced transform, and go group. So now whenever you move your token, the fairy will move with you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do this, go advanced transform, and go group. So try moving them for me, and hopefully your respective fairy should move with you. Oh, sorry, I just grouped I grouped the fairy with the wrong person. Ungroup. Do this, go dit, transform, group. Do this. Oh fuck. Okay, now I have to do this. Advanced transform, ungroup. Do this, go this. Controlled by me, and dit. Okay, Shenton, try moving yours. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay. Yours won't work yet.
Didn't work with any.
Alright, okay, this.
It's
this,
okay.
This. Now, Danny, try yours. Okay, I don't know what to do. Yours
That's all right.
It's all good. Sweet.
They don't like me as much. It's fine.
You can't speak Sylvan. And so Marfire gets through, and the 2 chefs are actually there. You can see that they're preparing dinner. So they just go in order of the meal. So they're preparing dinner at the moment. They have no idea what's on the outside, but they've just kept a schedule of it's dinner. After dinner, we make breakfast. After breakfast, we make lunch. And they've just followed that rotation over and over and over just to kind of make sure that the appropriate meals are being sent out at the same time. Time-wise, no idea. They have lost track of time, but they have not lost track of what meal they're up to. You get in there, and Martha goes, if you'd like to, we have our 2 lovely chefs here. Both of them are skeletons in their full, chef's outfit with the white hat on and the white apron and everything like that. Both of them, look in and go, hey! And they, go back to, cooking the meat and stuff like that. Same thing you deal with. They can smell and everything like that. They just can't taste or actually eat any of it. But they can smell, so they know what is ready to cook at what point and stuff. Being chefs, they understand that. But yeah, they're just like, they're eating it is just the same as like Barbosa. They're just eating it because they're like, I want to feel something again, like that type of situation. So, but yeah, so they're basically like actually like going away cooking. They give you like the hello. They can talk while they're cooking, but it'll be very short responses because they're like actually concentrating on what they're doing.
Does Ludwig get the feeling that every human on this train has been transformed?
You can roll. It will say either history or investigation to see if you remember, because that is a very good question. Whichever one you roll.
Same on both of them. 18?
Sweet. Correct. That is a very astute observation. In fact, every person that has been turned into a skeletal form is, in fact, a human. Bar Arpath. He is a human that was not actually transformed into a larger skeleton. Or actually, for him, he would just be a tall skeleton. Majority of his mass is weight. So, but yeah, he is the only one that is a human that has not transformed. But you are correct in your observations that every human you see is a skeleton. There has not been one that is not.
Okay. Ludwig will try and speak to the chefs in between their chop to he's trying to think of how he will do it less fluffily.
He's a very eloquent man.
Ludwig's very fluffy. I guess he'll try and just speak really, really quickly and be like, "Good evening, I'm Ludwig from Bothram. Nice to meet you. Could you please tell me about when the train transformed?" In between chops.
So like Lucian's like got a pan and like a saucepan. He's like got the water and he's pulling it and it's bubbling and stuff like that. And he's just usually have like something to grip it, but of course his skeleton's just picked up this like boiling thing with his bare hands. He's like, I don't feel it. I have no skin. So it's like obviously like it would burn everyone else. He's just holding the thing, brings it over and just looking at it. He goes, "A transformation? I've lost track of time. Been a while. Why? What you need to know?"
We're trying to help.
Oh, speak to Vera, the tiefling man. He knows what's going on. I don't care anymore. I'm cooking. I'm happy. I will continue to do so. I welcome back. I see no smiles. Sorry. And so he like literally goes, puts it down, just puts the saucepan down, a bit of like water splashes out and onto him and stuff like that. It's like boiling water, but he's like brushes it off like it's nothing. He doesn't have like any type of like pain receptors to feel like hot water. The other one who's like just literally like he's like slicing the meat. He's like doing it very eloquently and like very carefully to make sure it's like the appropriate amount of meat and stuff like that to give to the people. He goes, "Don't mind him. He's always a bit grumpy. Unfortunately, sir, we have no real tracking of time, and we're employed on the train. We've been on the train we've worked on the express, the Ravens Hollow Express for nearly 10 years. It wasn't until one day that we realized that the patrons weren't leaving. And then when we went to sleep one night, we woke up and, well," and he like kind of gestures to look at himself being a skeleton. He goes, "We woke up like this, and it's been quite odd ever since. But yeah, we unfortunately don't have much more information apart from that. We just keep doing what we're doing, and if it means to the end of time, I enjoy cooking, so I'll continue doing so."
So it happened while you were sleeping. Okay, thank you. Vera's further down the back, is he?
Oh, yes. Yeah. The gambling. If you go down I think the 3 more carriages or 2 more carriages, you enter the gambling den. You just have to make it through the suites first.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Of course. Martha is like, Well, if you'd like to, I can take you the rest of the way, if you want to go.
As we go to move off, I might just whisper to Eve. You mentioned before about fairies being able to know people's true names. Is there any way of finding out Kira's true name?
Yes. Oh, yeah, of course. You can do it amicably, or you can do it by force. Depends on which way you want to go.
You don't have the ability to tell us his name?
I can get it for you if you're happy enough to distract him and give me enough time to extract it. Yeah, I could do it. Secretly.
We'll see what needs to happen then.
I
have interest. Can you and Liz see in magical darkness?
Oh, of course.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, they have blind sight and dark vision and magical dark vision. So yeah, they're fine. Yeah.
Cool.
And so,
well, if that's what it comes to, we'll see.
That's it. Marfi leads you through to the suites. The suites themselves are obviously where those patrons who are staying on the train for extended periods of time hire out beds. They hire out it's a small, basically, cabins that has doors in between them. So effectively you can see like this bit here. There's a door in between it. And then there's a chair. There's a bed, and then there's the living area next to it. And then they've got another door. So there's 2 doors into each of the suites. There's only 1 door. It's just the iron one. Sorry, this one here. There you go. So those are the doors that enter into the suites. They're both moving. And then they shut the door, they lock it, and then they have their own little personal kind of rooms to look after themselves and stuff like that. The one thing you will note is that they do have a kind of slit in the door that has a glass panel on it where you should be able to see through. They don't have curtains or anything on top of them, but they do have the magical darkness that you see outside on that glass panel. So you should just be able to see through. And have no issues seeing the people inside unless they have the curtain drawn. If they have the curtain drawn, then covers of privacy. But this is not needed when you cannot actually see into the rooms whatsoever. Marfire walks past and he goes, there are a couple of people within the rooms themselves. Some families that were in here for the long haul. A couple of businessmen as well. But majority of them tried to keep to themselves, or if they do come out, they'll have occasional conversations, but majority of them just try to stick to themselves and do their own thing. Like we said, it's pressing and hard times. Some of the families just gave up and just come and eat their meals and go back to the rooms and do what they can. Or they go to the gambling den and then they just gamble their lives away, really.
Okay. Well, we don't want to disturb people in their slumber and their privacy, so we might just keep walking through, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course it goes. Well, then we'll go straight through to the next one then. So you go straight through. It's the same thing, except these suites don't have beds. They're still rooms. They're carriage rooms, and once you slide open the doors, it's just 2 large recliners, one on each side, and then the overhead lockers where you can put your bags and stuff like that. But the same principle applies, where once those kind of doors are shut, that blackness envelops the see-through screen. Same thing as before. Martha explains that there is a floor here full of these cheaper suites, and then above you, because this is a taller carriage, is the exact same thing. So this is for the people who are just like, I just need a nice seat for my my route where I'm going, but I'm not staying the night. The suites before that were the ones who are like, I'm going to be staying here for like a day or 2, or they're going back and forth a lot. So the same principle effectively applies in this carriage as well. You get to the carriage between the cheaper suites and the actual gambling one. Marfi opens the door, opens it, and you can hear from the inside like a much more exciting and energetic group of voices than you've heard in anywhere else so far. Once you open the door, that's when the kind of cacophony sound just rushes through, and you hear like people yelling and screaming, cheering and everything like that. As the gambling room is a much more alive and vibrant area. Gambling kind of brings the excitement and also the harsh reality of I could lose everything here, but usually the atmosphere within a gambling or a casino area is much more lively and vibrant than anywhere else. And so once you walk through and you get through, you see for yourself that the first thing you see when you see the room itself, there's a large there's a large statue that has been placed right up against the door itself. So the minute you walk through to your left, is just this large iron golem statue standing there that's been placed out like a almost decorative piece of art, but it is very imposing when you walk in. And then you see two large, almost poker blackjack tables on there, but they also do have the ability to flip those around and have roulette or any other type of essentially gambling paraphernalia that they want that is in favor of the person who's playing. Some people don't like card games. They like, games of chance that are with dice or with the rollers, or if they want to use like liar's dice, or if they actually just want to do roulette. So these tables are kind of multifunctional in the way they work. But there is patrons at the far end desk there already. And the one here, you can see Marfi actually walks straight up and just plonks himself on a chair immediately, and just ruffles through his pockets and goes, oh, sorry. Very obviously, Mordecai and Ludwig, this is the gambling den, and my Achilles heel, so they say. And literally just rustles into his bag and pulls out a very small pocket watch, and puts the pocket watch onto the table, and he goes, I'd like to gamble, we'll say, 2 months of my life for a hand. One of the tieflings is in a very, you can see like they've tried to make some form of gambling attire by cutting and stapling and trying stitching together whatever you would say eloquent looking fabric it is, but it's like a tuxedo that's just a mishmash of other different clothing put together. They still have that whole black aesthetic to them with red trimmings where they can, but they all similarly have this almost clothing aesthetic of the same look to each other within reason, because they don't all have enough felt and stuff like that around, so there are differences between them, but they all, you can see, are very much alike in their facial structure. The hair is all the same. It's very long, black, sleek hair that runs down the back of them. They all are red tieflings, and they're all basically manning the booth, so 2 in each booth effectively. And so Marfi has just handed over a pocket watch, and he is given 2 months of his life to just play a hand of poker with these tieflings, immediately, just without thinking. He's just like, well, my gambling addiction's back by seeing this, and just puts down a bet straight away. But you're free to wander the room and have a look around.
Okay.
And the door. Mordecai, you came through, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So then, the door shuts behind you. Same thing as before. It's locked, but only because you can unlock it again when you want. It's not magically sealed or anything like that. It's just another door like that. But the very end, you can see here, is the last portion of the carriage. They do exit people off that when it was a normal operation. Currently it's not, so that end door has another one of the normal kind of subway bars, but if you were to try and open it, that one would not budge. You would not be able to open it.
Do the tieflings all look exactly the same, or does one look a little bit more posh than the others?
You can either roll persuasion or insight if you're trying to read their facial expressions to see if one's more pompous or something like that, or expressions, or perception for the physical stature of them. Their hair is the same. The facial structure is close to being the same, but they do have variations. They're not twins; they're just brothers.
Probably more the way they're carrying themselves.
Yeah, they'll be in insight.
9.
It's all good. They're all standing up very proper, like very straight posture, trying to act like professional casino gamblers, whatever they're called, the handlers. Your 9 would only be able to tell you that from experience, from being somewhat prolific in gambling, from your time out and about, enough to know that they aren't. This isn't their original job. They are like something else, because they're like, when they're shuffling their decks and stuff like that, it's like someone who's knows how to do it but not do it well. So they're just kind of like haphazardly shuffling the deck together and stuff like that for the cards, but not doing any really cool maneuvers or anything like that. And once again, that their clothing they're wearing, they just went to look and try and make a tuxedo with whatever they could staple together. And they're very standing up, very like tall. That's effectively all you get out of it. Not any major differences between them, you could tell.
Might whisper to Eve in Sylvan and just say, can you point out which one is Vera?
She goes, oh, of course. And points to the one just there. So the third one along. The one that the elven woman is standing in front, or like sitting in front of, across the table from. So I'll mark him so it's easier. There we go. It's got a red dot.
Let Ludwig know. Can I get a glimpse and see if by chance is there any symbols or hidden language or anything of thieves can't anywhere?
100%. Guess what? You can.
Interesting.
So you can roll perception with advantage because you're looking for something specifically that you know about, and you're very prolific in.
First one's a 25. Yeah, we'll go with that.
We'll go with the first one. So you have noticed when they're dealing hands that 100% that they are not in any way handlers. Their previous job obviously was something else, because when they are handling them and doing like that, they're using different finger formations, and those finger formations are basically, if someone is a rogue or a thief or that, knows effectively that they are signaling their brothers or someone else in the room, this is the maneuver they're doing. They're very good at card counting and moving the cards where they want to within reason. They can't be 100% at it, but they're good enough that if they wanted to turn the tide in their favor, they could at a moment's notice. Not 100%, but well enough that the person on the other end would have no idea. And that effectively all the maneuvers where they're like scratching behind their ears or they're like looking at each other and doing certain eye formations, it's all a form of communication without verbal components. It's all a form of thieves' cant, and they're all communicating at once effectively between each other without anyone else noting until you walked in and spotted it for the first time.
I might also advise Ludwig discreetly, possibly don't gamble here.
Please gamble. I made minigames. No, you don't have to. I don't fucking care. It's fine. It's fine.
One-sided minigames.
Hey, man, don't call me out like that.
I am trying to remember what my character can do that might be useful.
Set up cramp. Holy crap.
Oh.
Oh, what can my character do?
Wondering if it would be too alarming if I was to try and copy their hand signals and see if they...
No, you can straight up try. It's entirely up to you.
Well, maybe I might move myself maybe up here.
Yep.
Just inspect. What kind of game are they playing?
So they're both playing a simple roll of blackjack, or like a variation of it where instead of trying to get to like 21 and stuff like that, the digits on the cards are all in Feywild, so it's a Faerunian, so you know the number system and the language, so you're fine. For other people, they're effectively taking the word of their handler, telling them this is what this means.
Right.
The only other thing I'll
Look
say...
like they're still in the middle of a hand, or... Oh, sorry, go.
No, so it's right, you can go with yours. It's so the elven woman has got a vial in front of her, placed downwards, as her pot, effectively, or her gamble, her item she's giving across. In a small vial, it's growing. It's glowing fluorescent yellow, and it's sitting there as this is my payment. The hand she has is all laid flat in a curve in front of her. She's got 5 cards in front of her, and you can see that the tiefling Vera, who obviously figured it out thanks to Eve, has you got Liz, I think. Sorry, no, you've got Eve. Ludwig's got Liz. He's got 2 cards in his hand. He's holding up in front of him so the elven woman can't see, and he's just waiting for her to make her next move, effectively, whether or not she wants to complete her hand or stay where it is and see if she wins the rules of this mini game. So you can effectively just watch and wait, or you can try and observe and see if you can figure it out yourself.
I'll try and watch and try and figure out what's happening.
Yep. Roll history or perception. No, actually, sorry. No. Do perception or sleight of hand.
Perception's better by 1, so I'll do that.
Yep, sweet.
It's going to be 27.
Jesus Christ. You see through time, man.
Nice thing.
Since you've already picked up on the fact that you're using Thieves' Cant, you've been keeping an eye on that. So you see the elven woman look down, and she goes, 2 more. Puts her hands up. And so he gets the cards in front of him. He goes, which one do you want? The left or the right? And he's holding them with one hand holding the back of the card here and 3 on the back of this, which is an indicator in Thieves' Cant, effectively, that this is the right card and this is the wrong card, but if something was to go awry, he will flip it to the other side and then flip the fingers like that, which then transports the card across, letting his brother know on the other side that he's done so that his brother can then let the other person win to make it seem like it's not rigged. The elven woman then goes, the left. So he's got the 3 fingers up like that, the one like that holding the card, and he just goes, no worries. Flips the cards like that. You see his fingers changing like that. The 3s go to the right, the 1 goes to the left, and he goes, effectively, puts that card down. It's like a little, like a diamond, but the diamond, instead of being a perfect diamond, it's got waves on it, and you can see there's like a cross in the middle of it, so it's a Faerunian diamond. Puts it down. He goes, oh, sorry, miss. Looks like that's not your time of luck today. She goes, oh, I was on a winning streak. I saw it coming. It's okay, Vera. It's all good. And then the brother on the other end, you see him do the 3 things in the 2-1, and then he flips the other one, puts it down, and you see that the human skeleton man, he goes, I've won. So it's the false promise of, like, effectively they could have lost, but they're trying to make it seem like they're not cheating when they really are. You've picked up that straight away, that they are really good at sleight of hand and really good at communicating with each other without the necessary need to actually verbalize it. The elven woman rolls the vial over to Vera as he picks it up and just puts it into his back pocket. And she stands up and she walks herself away from the table. She seems upset she's lost, but also not devastated. She's like accepted that there is a loss and a win to gambling, and she happens to be lost. So she's taken it well on her stride, regardless of the fact she's given up something very unique as a prize to Vera, which you already know what that would be, is effectively bottled her true name into a vial and handed it across to Vera for him to keep forever, for whatever reason he wants to. He stands there kind of... pops him off up again and just sees you walk over.
Might just pull up a seat there at the end, not across from him.
Yep. So the one like...
And might, in Sylvan, just say, smooth work.
You hear him like a... Well, now, you're a new face around here. And just speaking Sylvan as well. So, literally, like, the only three people that we able to understand anything you're saying are the two fairies, you and him. So he's like...
Yep.
Seems like we can speak semi-private. Eve, are you happy on that man's shoulder? She goes, oh, I forget that you haven't spoken Sylvan in some time. Oh, yeah, he's actually here to ask you some questions that you might find interesting, and I'm just here for the ride. He goes, alrighty then. Well, so, sir, may I inquire why you've come specifically to find me out of everyone? Speaking in Sylvan of all, languages out there?
It's just one of the languages that I picked up on my many travels, and led to believe that you're somebody that knows quite a bit around here.
Yes. And what makes you say that?
Just word on the tracks. Question is, you're also stuck here. Surely you've taken these people for almost everything they have. Wouldn't you rather be free and take this show on the road?
Well, you make a very valid point. I have recently thought about trying to get out of here again. But there is still so many possessions I can wring off these people if I wanted to. I don't really feel like leaving quite yet. Maybe sometime later I'll think about it. But for now, these suckers have got some beautiful gifts left to give.
Is there anyone here that you haven't played?
Well, he's standing right in front of me, isn't he?
Simple man, I have nothing, but I was thinking more along the lines of the driver.
Ah. He would have some very valuable things. Can you roll
I would say
perception?
probably the most valuable hidden behind that perception.
Yeah. Persuasion, sorry. Persuasion. I saw the word perception on the screen and I was like...
I mean, I'll do perception. That's a +8, buddy.
No.
20?
Yeah.
30?
Here we go. Maybe it is time I visit my old friend, the conductor. See if I can weasel some more goodies out of him. What's in it for you? Why are you so interested in getting into that room?
Well, we're looking to change things back to how it was. There are numerous people on board that would like to leave.
I'm sure they would, but that means less people I can win things off. So my options are go visit the conductor and have a word with him, which I assume means you'll follow me and try and get in there too. Or I can tell you to get fucked, keep it the way it is, and theoretically don't have to do a damn thing you say.
Well, there's also a third option.
Enlighten me, sir. What is this third option?
We resolve the conflict, we get the people off that want to depart, and then the train goes back to its normal form, and then you can take on all the passengers that want to board at the various stations. Because let's be honest, no one's going to want to get on the train when it looks like this. Think of all the extra clients that you could get on board.
You make a very good point. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to discuss this with my brothers. He gets up, walks straight to his left, speaks to Dira. Dira like puts his ear up to him as he's still dealing cards. Does this with his head, he goes, shakes his head, nods it. He then goes over to Mira and Lyra, the other two brothers. Does the same thing, and they go, give the nod, like, yeah, we're okay. He walks back, sits down, goes, seems like your silver tongue has worked quite well for you today. All my brothers seem to want to take this to grander heights, which means it's time for us to get this little show on the road. Come with me. Stands himself up, packs the cards up and puts them into the desk underneath the table.
Can I just insight check him to see if I can
see
if he genuinely seems interested in going this route? 16.
He is incredibly good at keeping a sinister smile at all times that masks his intentions. A 16 is still good enough to that it's basically a fusion between your insight and your persuasion, that he is doing this for his own benefit. Mm-hmm. But he's genuine about taking you. So he will 100% take you, but because it's going to benefit him, and that's the only reason.
So, you're going to take us to the conductor. I assume we're all going to deal with him, and the people that are here that want to leave will be free to do so?
If that's what they want to do, sure.
I will just need to consult with a friend, and I'll go and tell Ludwig that in common. Unless you know Elvish or Orcish.
Unfortunately, I know common. Bard only has a silver tongue in common. Very boring Bard. Okay. Can you trust him?
Don't think we can trust him, but I think this maybe makes it easier for us to rectify the issue of the train and getting it back to how it was, along with also assisting Marth via the skeleton guy that I don't think we got his name.
Raphael?
And get off the train. Raphael, sorry, we did.
Yep.
Along with Liz and Eve as well.
It's certainly worth a shot. He's the only one that we know of that's made his way there, so we'll just have to keep an eye out. He seems shifty.
Yep.
Beautiful. So, Vera walks out from the other desk. Goes over to you and goes, well, it's time to get the show on the road, did you reckon? I assume you're coming, Eve and Liz, and Bony Boy over here?
Is he saying that in Sylvan or Common?
Common. Sorry, I still say in common, so you can understand.
Yep.
Just clarify as to whether Ludwig heard him being called Bony Boy.
Yeah, it's, you just like fairy speech. It's all gibberish, like goblin. You're like, what did he say to me? What is he doing? Why is he staring at me?
Yeah, Ludwig gets stiff in a bit with that. He goes, it's Ludwig von Bernstrom. Thank you very much. Not Bony Boy.
Very pompous name, don't you think?
Pompous name for a pompous boy.
Well, at least you're honest about it, and you handle it well. I like that about people. Not many honest people left in this world. Unfortunately, if they're too honest, I can't take advantage of them. Well, anyway, and starts to walk off, and he goes, come on, let's get this show on the road. To make it way easier, just transfer all the way back to the first carriage.
I have to zoom out so I can...
Yeah, I know. It's so much easier than going between the tiles because it's like waiting for it to load and stuff. So I was like, it's fine. He walked past...
the way past...
our path, yeah.
As well, I'll just give him a nod.
Yeah. He basically, when you get into the room, he'll just point to like Vera, like, that's the one evil, and he's just gonna ignore our path and keep walking past him. So he's like, yeah, that's the one. Gets up to the door in front of him, and he goes, it's been a little while since I've visited the old man in charge of this. But anyway, let's get this done. Makes a small...
Insight as to what we stand on the other side of this door?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, no, that was the question to Vera.
Oh, right. Yeah. He goes, well, would you rather keep it a surprise, or do you really want to know?
I'd prefer to know if I was about to walk.
Is that the
into
gambler in me
some
wants to keep it?
If you want to potentially get it out of you, roll persuasion. DC
I'll
checks.
try and persuade him.
DC checks 25.
I literally have to hit a crit.
Well, 13's not going to get it with a plus 10.
Look, I got a 22, okay?
So close. So close. But at 22 will be close enough that you'd be like, and because you'll say, like, he's already used to speaking to you, he'd be like, let's just say it's an old man with old values. And makes a small blue flame, like the hotter flame on his fingertip, and just runs it around the soldered iron that he's used before, just to melt it off. And as like the iron clasped barricade just falls to the ground. And you don't need, this time, like, there's no door on the other side blockading it whatsoever. It's fully inside, and you can see the kind of like the actual front of the machinery and the wheel itself and all the levers and pullers and stuff like that actually operate the train itself. And you can see right up, let me see if I can get that. No, that just made it worse. I want the opposite. I want to reveal it. There we go. There. As you see within the front of the train, you can actually see that the wheel itself almost looks like it's been stationed and taken from a ship. It is a large, like, capstan looking wheel. Everything is ornately done in gold and purples, very Faerunian colors and everything like that. The gems that you saw in the room before, there seems to be two large ones affixed to the middle of this wheel, and then there's levers and pullers and everything around the side. And then to the left, you can see that's where they're actually putting more of that purple crystal to kind of fuel the actual the actual train itself. So you can see it is filled with these crystals rather than coal, which is your normal one. The purple glow illuminates that entire room. The rest of the train's been a mixture of like deeper greens to light greens, but this whole room is like a full amethyst color. Like, it is bright amethyst. But standing facing away from you against the wheel, kind of like holding it like a captain of a ship, is a grey-haired old man who pays no mind to the fact that he has just heard like a enormous barricade just fall down, and just hears it, does pay no attention to it whatsoever, and is just fully attached to the wheel, hands on it, and is just like doing this slowly back and forth on it. Like, he's just very slowly turning it back and forth, like he's pretending like he's like driving a ship. It's a train. It goes one way if it was on the track. Vera just casually strolls in straight up to him and just goes, how you going, buddy? And just puts his hand on his shoulder and just, nothing, no response. Gets his hand, kind of rubs the top of his head like a child, slaps the dome on the top of his head, and he goes, still the shell that I saw before. You want to come and meet our dear driver who responds to fucking nothing? Vera will move one step to the left as you can enter, and you see, like, yeah, this captain is like a zombie. He has just got his hands affixed to this wheel and holding it tightly and just steering it back and forth. And he's got his eyes open. No, nothing wrong with his pupils, nothing wrong with the dilation of his eyes, but his mouth is just open wide, like he's catching flies, like he's like sleepwalking, just like that, with his mouth like, and no noise, but his mouth is just wide open, and he's just like zombified, attached to the front of this train. And Vera's like, he can meet our dear driver here that I managed to meet once, and when I saw him, I realized we're royally fucked and there is nothing we can do about it. And I just, well, that's why I changed and went, let's just work on getting some shit out of the people here. You can have a look and figure this shit out for yourself if you want. I'm going to wait outside for a bit and, let you guys figure this shit out. He takes his walk out the front and just waits out the front of the other room. Just kind of like leans against the side with his hands, like, just, folds his arms like, and just goes, have fun. I'm sure one of you is a doctor or something like that. Good luck. So you're in the room.
Evil is, have you ever seen anything like this? This man looks like he's in a trance.
Both of them actually, when you walk in there, both of you roll perception for me real quick.
13.
Sweet.
6.
The 13 is enough that you feel shivering of the fairy attached to the side of you, and it's not the cold kind, it's the out of fear kind. You can feel just like her kind of hand grips the back of your neck. It's like, not like, like as if when someone was going to fall back and stuff like that. She grips it as if she's like scared, and you can feel like the hand like tighten around the skin in the back of your neck. And Ludwig, you don't quite feel the same because you have no skin. You just feel basically a hand on the back of you. Almost for you, you're just like, oh, she's stabilizing herself, but you don't feel the kind of fear. Mordecai, you feel her fear, and you hear her go, I don't want to be in here anymore. I don't want to be in this room. I want to leave. Can we please leave? Something evil is in here.
Is there any chance you can help us get rid of it, and then we can all leave this train?
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? What's that about? What if I gave her some venison jerky? Well, the first one's a 7, so that's not amazing. Second one's a 23.
Unfortunately. So we'll take the 7. No, so I fixed it, finally. I figured out how to move it properly. I had to fix you to her and not her to you. That's why I was all skill 50. The 7 will not be enough to persuade her to stay in the room. If you like, you can try one more time something else, but effectively she is like going to get up off you and just fly out of this room quick smart. Ludwig, you would be the same. You can kind of feel Liz stand up as she's standing up on your shoulder and just turn about face to like get ready to just kind of leap off your shoulder.
So these purple crystals are lodged in the wheel, are they?
Yes. Yeah. The ones that are in the wheel have been cut differently. They're not just the jagged, mindless ores that you see before. They've actually been like affixed to it in like a very well cut diamond formation. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, he's the only other person in this room. Like, I can't detect any kind of entity or anything. I don't know what kind of check I would need for that.
Arcana or investigation, depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to see for magical things, Arcana, yeah. But if you're trying to see if there's something in the room you can't physically see, it'd be investigation.
To do investigation because it's +4 and my Arcana's only a 1.
You really are a punchy boy.
21.
It's still great.
Investigation.
So you look around the room, and not too prolific in the ways of machinery in terms of a train or a steam train, effectively. Like, you're used to ships and how they operate. They operate similarly, but also not. So you're knowing, cool, the crystals are acting as a fuel source. Before, when Ludwig and that checked, or you did think, you realize there's no magical properties to these or whatsoever, but they are fueling the train. You have noticed that the train driver is zombified, almost possessed in some way, but he has no signs of possession apart from a fixation of driving the wheel. Someone has built this room recently. This is not effectively what would look like the front of this train. Its aesthetics do not match the rest of the train. The rest of the train looks like a standard carriage. This looks like a mishmash of different machinery of someone who's just wanting to make a room, sole purpose to drive a train, but has not had the knowledge of actually what an inside of a train's engine room looks like. This is someone's interpretation of what the inside of a train looks like. Hence why you have a ship's wheel on that. You have an Arcana tapestry on the right, and then you also have an orb with blinking lights on the right that is almost like a globe of sorts. That does not belong here. It belongs in essentially a war room where someone uses it to transcribe or look at the battlefield using eye vision above the war. It's effectively 3 to 4 different mash rooms at once. This person or whoever's installed it has just gone, this would be enough, and just thrown it together.
Discuss.
Can I try and do an Arcana check to see if I can identify what specifically might be on?
Yep. Go for it.
Old man.
Yeah. Old mate. All you feel from the room is the same necrotic energy from outside the train, but like before when you were outside the train, it is heavily amplified in this room. As in, like, the room itself feels like it's like you feel like a magical aura, that like a beating heart, like it's pulsating necrotic energy from this room. But the whole room, because it's just a 7, the whole room is giving off the feel of it rather than a soul point. Mordecai, you can roll Arcana too if you want to check as well. I know it's not your strong suit, but your rolls have been exceptionally well.
Oh, no, that's a 7. It like dropped on the screen on the 20. I thought it's not going to roll, and then it rolled.
Effectively, you're even though you rolled one higher and you're not used to Arcana, you're just kind of like, oh, what is the disgusting feeling I'm getting off? Because you're like it feels like death. That's it. Both of the fairies hop off your shoulders and float in the air. You can see they visibly like unwell, like they feel nauseous. They look.
Just say to Eve, do you are familiar with Arpath?
What was that?
You're familiar with Arpath?
Yeah, we know Arpath.
Yep. Fly back and stay with him, and we'll continue to investigate this.
Okay, I don't want to stay here any longer. And she like floats out, and Liz will see her sister and like just give chase straight away afterwards. Before they go, they leave a bit of dust on your shoulder. It's fairy dust, which will mean you get advantage on your next check of whatever you do to try and help along the way, but only on the next check. So whatever the next check you decide to do, make important, because you will have advantage of it. As both of, I just realized I'm gonna have to ungroup them, but ungroup and then but ungroup. Will that work? Yes, it will. Cool. They will float out past Vera. He'll see them walk past, and he'll just watch them float out, and he's like visibly see that they're not okay. He'll go, huh, that's a bit strange, but all right. So he's gonna walk up to the entrance where he goes, what the fairy folk, what's wrong with them?
Incredibly uneasy about the evil that's in this room.
And he goes, evil? There's no evil in here, it's just this dopey wanker who's attached to the ships. Goddamn. Why is there a ship wheel in here? It's a train. Why is there all this machinery in here that doesn't belong? It's just...
You know who built this room before you closed it in?
No, well, actually, there was one person that, knew about the machinery and stuff. Actually, have you spoken to Raphael?
Yes.
He's actually, apparently, one night got really drunk, and I managed to swindle some money off him back before I started taking things of higher value. He said that he used to conduct trains, and he used to take the tickets, and that's why he likes to travel on them. And I was like, that's fascinating. Don't really give a shit. I just want your belongings. But he did make the point of pointing out that a lot of the things in this trains are strange, and that they aren't correct, and that he's seen the captain before, and, well, he said that he spoke to the captain, and they were good friends, and I thought, what a bunch of bullshit, man. No one's spoken to him. I saw him as zombified. But anyway, after that, he passed out, and I just let that sink back into atoms of my mind, but he must know something about trains. In fact, he said he's spoken to the captain before, and I found that to be bollocks, but here we are. Anyway, have you seen him?
Yeah, we spoke with him earlier.
They did him a little favour.
Is that... actually, I'll go find him for you. And Vera, literally, you see him, put his head down, and he bolts, full-blown runs to try and find him. As he knows, the train to the back of his hand. About 2.5 minutes, pass of him, running from one carriage down to the end. And he goes, so, for the first time since I've been stuck in this train, I can't find someone. Can you guess who?
Marfire.
No.
Yes. I know Marfire's still around. Our boy Raphael. I asked around really quickly on the way. No one's seen him in the last hour or so after you spoke to him. In fact, the last anyone saw him was a lovely Arpath in the bottom as he walked past him up into this room, in fact. But have we seen our friend? No, we haven't. Which begs the question, where the fuck is Raphael?
Swing to my left.
Straight away. Can I get both of you to roll perception? If you wish to, you can use it with advantage because the fairies left you their dust behind with a one-off use.
I'm assuming we have to nominate it before we roll.
Yeah, I'm using it. 21.
We'll just roll a normal one. 25.
Jesus Christ. Both of you are watching the frustration in Vera's eyes as he's like actually like bewildered by the fact he's like, someone's left the train. No one could leave this train. He goes, I have a bad feeling about everything that's currently happening. I need both of you to roll initiative.
Oh no.
20.
Holy hell in a handbasket, Danny. Have you hit
That one.
Have you hit double digits tonight?
I did at the start.
It
He
is.
knows it.
It's just gone.
It wasn't that one.
It's a nat one.
For a 4.
All
Hey,
right.
this is how I usually roll on initiative.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So we have
man.
Ludwig with a 4. We have Mordecai with a 20. And we have our mystery assailant with a 12. So, your perception stopped a surprise bonus round happening. Vera's quick deduction that Raphael has gone missing gets a reaction out of the driver. The driver stops the zombified thing. You see he let go. His hands just stationary go to the side of him as he turns around like a full 180. But just the top half of him does it. His feet in that are still facing forward as the top half of him just does a swivel, and you hear the snapping and cracking of branches rather than bones as he does a full 180. His skin starts to fall off, and you see bark underneath him rather than actual skin. His hair falls out all matted and clumped onto the ground, and you see branches start to actually root themselves out of his head with leaves attached to them as a dryad stands in front of you, affixed itself, rooted on the bottom of it throughout the floor itself. So the floor you're standing on, the dryad has marked this entire area as its domain, and so you're standing effectively on the dryad itself, but the core point of the dryad is directly in front of you, as it was using the shell of the old driver as almost like a disguise to mask the actual creature that was there. Let me do this.
That doesn't look terrifying at all.
So, Mordecai, your initiative roll was the highest, so you get to go first.
Lucky me.
Yeah.
I will move myself here and take a swing. Nat 20.
Fucking hell, well done. Kudos, good job.
Cool. Now this will be force damage because I don't know. It shows up as bludgeoning, but it says that a certain level it now changes to force.
Yep, that's fine. It's better anyway because there's things have less resistance to force than bludgeoning, so you've got a better chance of hitting it.
14 points.
Yep, sweet.
Now I don't know how this. I don't think I get to choose that this happens.
Mm.
But I will also, because there's someone within 5 feet, I'll also do sneak attack damage because rogue.
Yep. So you get that's Nick, isn't it? You want to use Nick or? Oh no.
No, sneak attack.
No, you can do that now because you've got a point of rogue. Correct. So 14.
Which is 1d6. So does that also get damage doubled?
No, it's just your attack. So it should automatically. Yeah, sweet. So 16 total. Sweet.
Settings, features, and traits. Where was it down the bottom? It was like when I hit them, it pushes them 5 feet away from me, but I don't think that I have the option to say, don't do that.
Oh, no, you can. Yeah, you don't have to initiate the force. Like even like Bong, if he wants to hit him with the club 10 feet, he can do it, but have the controlled force to not do it. You just get the option. So you're effectively like, if I want to hit him 5 feet, go for it, but you don't have to do that. That's fine.
You can deal damage to the target and also push it 5 feet away from you.
Yeah, and also you don't have to.
It says you.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I'll take my second attack.
Yep.
19.
That actually, I should check. That hits.
Cool. 12. I think sneak attacks only once per turn.
Correct. 12. Sweet. You do have flurry of blows if you want to use a key point.
I will use a point to do flurry of blows. 'Cause monk.
Yeah, monk's just non-stop punching.
Flurry of blows. Where are you? 9 hit.
Awesome. 9 does not hit.
And the last one. Rolled very much off a 17. 10 also will not hit.
You can use the fairy dust though. You've got one shot of it.
For an attack roll, I'll save it for later.
Okay, cool, sweet. So you do a really decent amount of damage to it. As you're like literally like all your punches land and connect into it, and you see this dryad actually like bits of bark fly off it, and you can feel your lands like hitting into it. It's a solid mass of intertwined vines and bark and trees and everything like that. But when you're chipping bits away and stuff like that, you can see that it's trying to regrow what you're smashing off it. Some of it managed to, but not all of it. So you have done permanent damage to it, but you did quite well. It's now the dry. Are you finished? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. The dryad's up. Seeing its facade has been dropped and it's now in danger of losing control of the train. As you can see that all the vines and all of the roots that it has implanted in the ground itself now go up the side of the walls and onto the roof and start maneuvering outside of the doors, as it has control of this room and effectively the control of the train itself, and has taken it over, and almost like a host. It's like it listens to the dryad and no one else. It takes its turn, and it will go straight for Mordecai, as it's the one that heard it. It's just going to try and hit you first of all with its. It gets its arm out, and you see that the bark almost forms into like a blade type formation as it goes to just cut you with its like bladed arm. 17 plus 6 is 23. Does that hit?
It's, yeah.
Just casually. So. Cool. You take 10 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And then the second one to hit you is a 14 plus 6 is 20.
Yep.
You take 17 points of slashing damage.
It will... I use my reaction to deflect attack.
Yep, sweet.
And reduce the damage by 1d10 plus 10.
Go for it.
D10. So that'll be 18.
Awesome. So you pretty much deflected its second attack completely.
Says if you reduce the damage to 0, you can spend one focus point
to
redirect some of the attack force. If you do, choose a creature.
Yep. You counter attack essentially.
Creature must succeed on DC 13 Dex save or take 2d8. Sure. I guess I'll try and do that. Then I'll use a focus point.
Yep. So it's a Dex save.
Already scrolled freaking past it. Where is it? Yeah, Dex 13 save.
11 plus 2 is 13.
God damn it. So yeah.
Not a problem. It finishes its turn screeching this trouble like into this, like it's trying to like frighten everyone around you. But the the fairy's charm actually stops the frighten and charm status from affecting you. So you effectively have a aura around you that the fairy's left behind. Hence why they got the frightened effect and you have not just acquired it. So talking to him was a very smart idea. Ludwig, it is your turn, my friend.
So understand, this guy's like right in front of me.
Directly in front of you.
Cool. Alright. Ludwig is going to pull out his violin.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to start playing a song.
Yep.
As he casts Chorus of the Lost.
Nice.
And I'll have the 15-foot sphere create so that it
doesn't hit Mordecai. Yep. I know exactly what you mean. Yep. It's effectively like there. Sorry, actually, it's there. Yep.
Yeah, and it just captures him.
Yep.
Can I get a wisdom save, please?
Yep. It rolled a 5. It doesn't matter. Whatever its plus was, it won't beat that. So, yep.
Okay, good. It was needed 15. It will take.
Its wisdom was +1, so 6. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to take 9 psychic damage.
Beautiful.
I don't know if it's afflicted by it, but frightened condition. Yeah.
It cannot. It's immune to frightened, charmed, and poison.
Oh well, I want to give him some damage. Oh, all right.
9 damage.
What do I got? Bonus actions. As a bonus action, Ludwig will again play his violin a little bit and give a bardic inspiration to Mordecai. So you get a 1d8.
So you still get bardic, yep. So even though it's called heroic now, it's alright.
Yes.
So is that a 1d8 to like an attack roll? I assume it's not to damage.
No, not damage attack roll. Correct.
A d20.
Yeah.
D20 test. Yep.
Yep.
So you can use that. Cool. That will be me done.
Sweet. Goes back to Mordecai. Your ballad actually affects the ringing in its ears, and you can see that like some of the leaves on the top of it fall off, and they don't regrow. So you did good damage to it, even though 9 was enough to shake it a bit. But Mordecai, you are up.
We'll hack again.
Mm-hmm.
20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
7 points of damage.
Sweet.
A swing again. Ooh, 17.
To hit?
Yes.
You are dead on.
Ooh. 10 points of damage.
Beautiful.
How many more points do I have left here?
I think you have 5 or 6.
Then I got 6, so it's 1 per monk level.
Yeah, sweet.
I'll flurry of blows again.
Go for it.
My flurry of blows, there you are. 15. Can I use my bardic inspiration to add my d8?
Yes, you can. Just don't roll a 1.
Be a 1. Don't be a 1.
you rolled max. Beautiful. So your flurry blows hits.
Another 10 points of damage.
Beautiful. You can draw your second
Flurry
one.
blows, you mother. Anyway, that was the 13.
Sweet. So the 4th attack doesn't hit, but the first 3 do. The same thing as before. As you're like punching chips away from it, it's trying to regrow it by using the surroundings of its environment it's created to refill its health. It can't refill it as quickly as you're both damaging it. So is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Sweet. it finishes the kind of like, you see that like once you punched away its hand, it loses that blade formation. Instead it goes like a whip, and it's going to try and whip both of you at the same time. So it'll go for Mordecai first. An 8 plus 6 is 14. Does that hit? Sweet. And then so we'll go for Ludwig. A 5 plus 6 is 11. I assume that doesn't hit. Sweet. It misses both of its turns and then tries to do its only legendary action it has and wail to try and actually get the vines around you to wrap around your legs and stop your next action from happening. I need you both to roll a Constitution saving throw. If you fail it, the DC check of 15, you skip your next turn. If you succeed, nothing happens.
I use my fairy thing just so I can... Oh, do I do that to re-roll, or do I have to announce that first?
You can use the roll, and then if you're like, fuck it, I failed, I'm going to use the thing, that's fine.
I'll try it, because con saves is not my forte.
Ludwig rolled a nat 20, so you're fine.
I got a 9, so I'm going to use my fairy thing.
Yeah, so roll it, advantage, go for it.
You son of a bitch.
It's worse.
Well, I guess I'm doing nothing on my next turn.
So the vines, and then the roots of this, like almost like a tree, like wrap around Mordecai and like pin him to place. Ludwig, you basically see him coming, like stamp down him and like crush him underneath your feet. So Ludwig, you get to go next. You can, if you want, use your action to break the vines and tear them off Mordecai, but you will waste your action doing so. You can still use your bonus action. Or you can take your turn like normal, and then Mordecai will miss his turn, and he'll basically break out of it, and then he'll go straight back to the Dryad. So it's up to you what you'd like to do.
Sorry, who is it? It's Eve, or is it... Oh no, sorry, it's back to Danny.
Yeah.
Ludwig will try and attack. We'll try and damage him.
Yep.
And hope that will make the vines.
I can tell you now, it used its legendary action out of like a last-ditch effort to survive.
So Ludwig is going to, again, he's still got his violin out, except this time it's a very I guess rough and almost like a screeching sound as he casts Shatter.
That's
again,
a 60 foot, isn't it? Shatter?
Shatter is 10 foot, so within it creates a 10-foot radius sphere.
Okay, I was thinking of something else. Yep, beautiful.
It's got a range of 60 feet. So again...
Oh, sorry, I got them mixed up the other way. That's why I'm remembering it wrong. Because I was like, isn't Shadow like 60? Yeah, it's the other way. Yep, beautiful. Yeah. So 10 feet. Yep, so enough to just encompass the Dryad. Perfect.
Yep. Can I get a con save, please?
It's shit, so no.
Okay, he will take... Ah! Fucking damn it. 4 thunder damage. Yes.
That's all good. Oh, you literally learned the lowest you can get.
I wrote it was so freaking low. And then I'll use my bonus action to give another bardic inspiration to Mordecai when it's his turn again.
Sweet. As it turns over to Mordecai's turn, you feel the vines and the roots wrapped around you, and you break. You start struggling to, and you feel them tear away as the shadow. It was enough to distract, and you use your action to break out of it. You can use your bardic inspiration if you want, and waste it to have your bonus action renewed if you want, or you can just waste a turn and then keep your bardic inspiration for next turn.
Is there any part of this room that you would consider dim light?
Nothing.
God damn it. So what can I do? I can get rid of my bardic thing to have my bonus action.
To have your bonus action back. Yeah. We can flavor that as a homebrew. Yeah.
Not have my normal action.
Yeah, correct. Your normal action was to break out, and that would effectively waste your turn. Yeah.
All right. I will just use my bonus. Oh wait, do I need to have attack? No, you don't. I'll just use
Not for
another
flurry.
focus point from the bonus action to do flurry of blows.
Go for it.
Where have you gone? That's a 16. I think 17 was the
17's the AC, yeah.
21.
Beautiful. So the second one hits. Go for it. Do your damage.
Great. 6.
It's all good. All damage counts. Sweet. That is your turn.
Yep.
The Dryad has no more legendary actions and only has basically the whips coming out of the ground and just trying to slap at you. So same thing as before. It's just going to attack one of you each with a slap of the whip. Do Mordecai first, and 19 plus a 6 will hit you.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yep. You take 8 points of whip damage.
Yep.
And then Ludwig, it does not hit you, so you're safe. Which means it goes back to your turn, Ludwig, as it's your turn now.
My question on that, sorry,
Go for it.
is I have a feat called Sentinel.
Yes, you can use that.
Immediately after a creature within 5 feet of me takes the disengage action or hits a target, it does say hits.
Yeah, it did not hit Ludwig.
Then you, with an attack, you can make an opportunity attack. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, you can. But yeah, Sentinel's great. You just, they actually have to take the damage.
So my question also would be with that then, is it says that, if that was to happen, then I could do an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
My first thing, it says that when I take the attack action, I can attack twice.
Yeah, so you can do it
Does
twice.
that apply, or is opportunity attack different to attack action?
A top opportunity attack is different to attack action.
Okay, so it would only be one attack.
Correct. 100%.
Sorry.
Yep.
Continue.
All good. Yeah, Ludwig, you're up. Straight up, the Dryad is looking very weary.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to actually do some damage with Shatter again. Can I get
Con save?
another con save, please?
A 9 plus a... What's the DC?
15.
It definitely didn't make that.
Okay, cool.
Made 12.
Alright. Come on, do some damage. That's a bit better.
That's
13
much
thunder
better.
damage this
Beautiful.
one.
The shatter, actually, you see it blast away, like, part of the head of it, and the left arm of it just gets shattered into pieces, and you see now it's just basically, like, gangling like this. The only reason it's upright is because it's rooted into the floor. Otherwise, this thing would have fallen over.
I will use another Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action for Mordecai.
Yep, beautiful. That means, Mordecai, you are up.
We'll have a swing. 16. I'm going to add a Bardic Inspiration. Surprise, it has to hit. Its minimum's a 1 to get the
I was like, you literally have to hit it. It's fine.
10 points of damage.
Beautiful.
Still going, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Other attack. That is a nat 1.
No negative repercussions. You just don't hit it. Would you like to use your flurry, or are you...
Oh, I don't know how many I've got left. Where is it? Fucking so far down here.
This thing is in single digits.
Don't taunt me like that. Yes, I'll use one.
I'm a gambling man.
Yeah, I am. Oh, that's an 11. Maybe I'll use my heroic inspiration to reroll that, can I?
Yeah, you can use that. That will get rid of your heroic.
Cool. That's better. 19.
That hits.
7.
Alright, Dion.
Oh, no. Alright, I'll take my last flurry. Please hit. Let's see it. 17.
Dead on.
12.
Beautiful. You left it with 1 hit point until you roll.
When you said, yeah, good work, Dion, I was like, that means 1 hit points left.
Yeah, the dude's famous for it. I can't believe how many times he ended up doing that. It's uncanny. So, how would you like to do this?
Just give it a swift couple of jabs, and then I might do like one of those ninja like reverse sweep kick things and like kick it that hard that it snaps the legs off from the root, so it's disconnected. From
Beautiful. Effectively, that's what you do. You like kick it, and you just see the like actual thing just snap off. You flurry of blows, punch it, and you see the core within the chest of it, and you just basically shatter the core. Kick it as the rest of it just becomes effectively bark and twigs and leaves, and it just snaps off onto the ground. You're out of combat now. The actual roots and vines around it start to coil themselves back inwards towards the core of where the dryad was, and you see it just siphon itself back into this green orb that was the heart of the dryad, as it's got a shard crack in the middle of it that you punched away, and the shadow effect of it hit it as well, and just shatters in twain in two. You feel like the necrotic energy just outwards from it, as it like just this aura of wave of green energy just goes through the entire train from where you are to the base of it, all the way to the back. You see effectively life and not joy, but just like that deep despair that everyone is feeling alleviates itself almost immediately, as the kind of depressing aura that the dryad was creating has dissipated from the train. The train then, with no one at the helm, comes to a slight slop. So it starts to, start to actually slow down itself, as no one is actually physically pushing its feet on the pedal. The dryad was causing this thing to continually go, but it stops it as the train's wheels start to slow down in motion, and you hear the tss as it actually stops completely. You are able to walk out of the room, no problems, and you see Vera and the others go, "Holy shit, you fuckers actually did it. I'm not a fighter, but that shit was crazy, right? I'm just gonna go check on my brothers real quick, cause they won't believe what I just saw." And he just runs off like in the other direction, straight towards the back of the last carriage where his brothers are. Coming piss bolting up the walkway, you see sorry, you see Marfire just like pea-lining, as well as even Liz are like floating behind him. And Marfire's like, you did it. I think you did it. What happened in here? And he sees like there's nothing wrong with the room. It's just that like there's a broken orb on the ground now, and that's it.
Yeah. Scary, spooky things. But I think it's okay now. We've got it under control. Can you look outside a window and tell me if you can see anything?
Oh, yeah, fair point. Actually, fair point. Runs over to the front door in the first carriage and just opens the front door as like sunlight just beams onto him straight away, and he's like, "Oh, God, I don't remember it being this warm before." Well, with that, you did it. Can't believe you did it. Well, I actually... Oh, you did it. I can leave. I can...
Yes, anybody that wishes to can leave.
You're right, actually. I haven't thought about that for so long that the idea of it's strange to me. But I'm more than happy to. And he takes the first step out of the train itself, and disappears into dust.
I think that was meant to happen.
Is he a vampire?
The fairies float up behind you, and they go, "No, it's I believe did you know about the train beforehand? Like what it does, what it's supposed to do?"
Meant to help people pass on to the next world?
That's correct. And I believe that Master Marfire seemed to have forgotten that he was not alive on this train. He is passed on. It's like, oh, well, most of the people here actually don't quite remember. And that's the point. This is the bridge between the afterlife and the real, the living world. And, well, we're, they have, like, you see him actually pull out disguises and change them in front of you. And they're wearing, almost like conductor hats and a whistle around them and a uniform. And they go, "It's a pleasure to meet you. Liz and Eve, the conductors for the Ghostlight Express. It's our job to stamp the tickets and to make sure that everyone who gets on here has a wonderful last journey before their afterlife. Whether they go down or up is solely dependent on who they were during their time here and who they were in life. So, I will take you up on your offer still, Mordecai. We don't want to be in service of this train any further. We've seen enough horrors now of not being able to get anyone off into the afterlife that it's started to get quite jam-packed in here. But, yes, there are only 4 of us here that can effectively leave and are not dead. The rest of them are spirits ready to leave for the afterlife. And here they come now. As you see, almost 55 different people line up in a direct row, waiting to leave the train finally for the first time in a long time. You see the 2 chefs actually had died on the train in their sleep and woke up. You can see the 4 Tiefling brothers line up in like a dazed formation, all ready to go. You see a bunch of different people who are in the rooms line up ready to go. Everyone in their lines ready to go and receive eternal bliss in the afterlife and join the life force of the Feywild and the world that they are part of. This goes on for about 5 minutes as each one leaves in like a flash of light. And just, it's each one that goes, their faces, the closer they get to the door, seem to become more relaxed and at ease as each one leaves one after the other, including all the 4 brothers as they get close. And Vera looks and goes, "Well, I did kind of forget that we were pretty big pieces of shit to people before we died, and we did all get stabbed," as they open their tunics, and they all have like stab wounds, multiple stab wounds from being like killed. And they, well, where we end up after this, I guess it's up to the gods to tell us. All 4 of them step off, and all of them, funnily enough, go into a blazing light. So they all redeem themselves somehow during this time. After all is said and done, the only ones left are you 2, the 2 fairies, Arpath, and a singular elven woman in green tunic who was still gambling away at the very end there. All standing in this first carriage as this train has stopped, and you look outside the door itself, and you can see a screen move. The train itself stops at a station next to a very, not sinister, but it's a darkened route lit by pumpkin lanterns around the area, and the kind of feeling of homeliness comes back to Ludwig as you're like, oh, I feel like we're back in the forest again, but not anywhere near your village. You are like on the deep reaches of it. Like you're on the cusp of effectively leaving the crooked moon and returning back to the normal Fey run. You're on the very edges of it, but on the very edge of it there is a dock, and you can see Nathar waiting there as the train pulls up. And he looks over and he just runs as quick as he can. He goes, "Well, I guess I put a lot of faith in you and it came out correctly. If I may, This is the hardest part I have to ask of you. Mordecai, I have secured a ship. You are the one that I need to captain the ship. Our friends are fighting a war at the moment, and you are in need of their services. I have required some crew, but would you be willing to quickly captain this crew all the way to... and he gives you like a set of coordinates ready, which is essentially the coordinates for the battle you took place in.
Yep.
Your time for getting that ship to that battle would have given you effectively the long rest you needed to recover from this. If you wish to, you can bring Arpath with you.
Yeah, and the fairies, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
The fairies will join you. They, like I said, they're done with this whole thing.
Yep.
But this is when Nathal looks at Ludwig and goes, "This ship is for Mordecai. The train needs a driver. Someone has to be effectively the bridge between the living and the dead. And I see no better person than you, Ludwig, to be this conductor. I won't pressure you into it, but there must be someone to drive the train and become effectively the Baron of the dead."
You think you can find me some new staff? I think everyone's just quit.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Funnily enough, if anyone who passes on and enters into the train, if they want to become servitude, strong word, of you and the ship, you can start a crew. And as bleak as it may sound, a lot of people die. So you're going to have a lot of resumes to go through.
Oh, I hope they have some personalities.
This doesn't, and it's a spoiler, but it's so you can make a more educated decision. This does not mean the end of Ludwig. You can if you
okay.
You can be like, okay, I'm happy with the ending here, but I have a future plan if he wants to come back.
Only question. When the curse is lifted, will I be able to see my family again?
This is where it gets harder. When you were on the train, were there other people like you there?
Yes.
Did any of them stay behind? Or did they pass on?
I think they all left, didn't they?
They all left. He goes, I have done enough research now to know that your village is being held in limbo because of the curse that's afflicting this entire area. And once this curse is lifted, if it's lifted, and pray it does, your fellow friends and family will also join you on the ship, the train.
So I will get a chance to see them again if I stay here.
You will. Either one last time before they pass on, or they can join you on the train and become part of your crew.
All right. Let's give it a go.
I leave it with you. You walk into the train, into the room that was that weird creation, and realize now it is completely different. It has coal in the stoke, ready to be put into it. It has its normal levers and gas pedals and everything like that, like a normal train does. It has that weird globe has gone entirely, and there's a window at the side. So there's windows now to see where you're going. Not that you really need to, but effectively you can now see a normal train at the front. On the outside as well, that kind of ribcage look has disappeared. It's still a ghost train, but it doesn't give off the image of evil. It just gives off the ethereal look now. Like, you know, it's not of this world, but it's not evil. It's a look of comfort, effectively. Your outfit can either change or you can keep it the way you want. You're effectively you're bound to the train now. You are one and the same. So you are like part of the ship, part of the crew. You are part of the train itself, but you're not tied to its rule set of I have to dress like a conductor with a hat. You can still look the bard part, that's fine, but you are effectively part of the train. You can walk off the train for now. This is what I'm saying. If you want to come, you can. For now, all you know is that if you step off the train, you can go onto like effectively the platform that the train stops at, like the station platform. You cannot leave a platform though. You step off it and Ludwig is no more.
Okay. Can I merge the two outfits so that he can still have like the really long tail coats and everything?
Yeah, you can just make it the way you want.
Or just conductor.
Yeah, beautiful. You're like, I'm going to make this suave as fuck. So good.
Yes. Yes, everyone gets welcomed with a song.
Beautiful. So we have our new train driver, Ludwig, in charge of the Ghostlight Express, which is the train that ferries the souls of the dead to the afterlife. And then we have Mordecai now on the ship ready to go help people he's never met before, but he gets there and just bird feeds potions into people, which is fine. So with that, that's the end. We finished the one shot in one shot.
Well done. Better than we do.
I say it as almost like a jest to Luke because his one shot turned into 10 sessions. Like
12.
12 was it? Yeah, sorry, 12? Yeah.
12.
Yeah. It's funny because every time he talked to me, he's like, I've got new ideas. I'm going to put them in. I've got new ideas. I'm going to put them in. I'm like, this is not a one shot. This is a mini campaign now, man. He's like, no. Only 2 more sessions. He's like, that session they did nothing but shoot cannonballs. This session they did nothing but do this. And I'm like, it's a mini campaign, man. But I like your ideas. And he's like, really getting into it. I was like, it's not a one shot, bro. You tried. But he did good. I'm so happy about that.
He did. He was very happy.
Yeah. And I'll say bye and I'll stop